Dom the Monko.
Bang, 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 bang.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Wait, you're not Tyrone.
You're white as fuck? So what you do is you walk outside, you walk to the middle of the street, and you just turn to the sky and you yell out at the top of your lungs, "If it ain't white, it ain't right."
Hold up, what'd you say?
Oh no, an urban style individual.
Dom the Monko.
King Sly.
God knows. I am.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, to hug my babies.
Dom the Monko.
Gang, gang.
Dom the Monko.
Ownership, the blueprint is by me.
We are back, we are back, we are back. Double JP, I see you.
Dom the Monko.
Joe Dub.
Dom the
Monko. Tri-state buddy pass, but I get him splashed till he hydrated. Bounce out, know he spook town, eyes dilated.
Ernie, what's poppin', baby?
Dom the Monko.
Got my thighs. Look good, but she don't got.
TJ, what's
I
poppin'?
walk in, walk out with the side.
Bang, bang.
Don't let me know what the prize.
Dom the Monko.
What the fuck? I got
sir,
hips, I got
yes,
bucks, I
sir.
got new paper cuts, I got friends, I got foes, but they all sitting ducks. Hit his turf and get cracking, double back like a
Margo, what's poppin'?
deep, but it ain't deeper.
Gang, we back outside, man. Back at it. Look at crack habit. Talk to me nice. Talk to me right. Back outside. I appreciate that, Biz. With the chisel. The first one. I appreciate it. Love, of course. The chocolate. Why? Hey, gotta keep it gangster. All right, don't be telling these people. Yeah. That just means I slide. That's what that means. Don't fall for it. That just means I'm about war. Real gangster. How we fit? All right, hold on. Okay, my bad. All right. So, I apologize for yesterday. I don't know if Biz lets y'all know, but terrible teeth pain. All right, terrible. Coma I was put in. It's hurt, still hurts like to talk, so I don't know how long I'm gonna last. But I wanted to start at least. Hopefully, I'll make it through. Hopefully, because I missed y'all. That's why, and I didn't want to just wait till Wednesday. So I just figured I'll just make it up what I wanted to talk about yesterday. No, this one ain't no joke. Usually I've had, but this one's bad. This one was bad. I was in it up and down. I was pacing. I was jumping. It was bad. It definitely is wicked work. This one was bad. Still hurting. I got to go all the way to Thursday. So hopefully I can make, thank you, honey, chama, gang, tooth gang. I appreciate it. Thank you. So hopefully I can make it to the end, because I definitely want to get this out the way. I definitely want to talk about it, because I love when people play ignorant because they want to protect their friends. It's one of my favorite things to see. Teeth pain. Yeah. Nah, this one was bad. It's out of nowhere. Well, not really. I messed up. I was eating nerds at night, and in the middle of my sleep, I think I popped some and fell asleep with it in my mouth. Pause. And I'm regretting it. So, but anyway, all right. What we're gonna cover today is, first, I heard. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that's for sure. I heard that something happened with Richard. There's a clip out here of Richard screaming at his kid. I have no clue. Yes, definitely. She's over. She's out of here. That was a very bad move. Very bad move from her. So I heard Richard yell at his kid. I didn't see it yet. I'm gonna look up the clip on. I saw people talking about it, but I didn't watch it yet. I also, and his kid cried and told him to go home. What? That is crazy. All right, well, I have this one, Richard Brunell, so I'll pull that up. We're going to watch that first. Cal with another one. I appreciate the 2. I'm behind on my slide attacks. I appreciate it, gang. I appreciate it. So, yeah, he threatened to eat their eyeballs. So that was really nice of him. So we're going to take a look at this. It's only a couple seconds, I see. Oh, I thought it was a longer clip than that. And then we're going to get right into the wonderful friends. All right. The friends that everybody wished they had, that they don't need to worry about anything bad. They're still going to ride out for. But let's start off with this. Richard yelling at his dad, or his son, I guess. We're going to take a look. I heard eyeballs eating. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what's going on with Richard. All right.
Why is he? Hold on.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Why is he? Hold on one second. My son is melting. Lauren. Why is he? Hold on one second. My son is melting.
Oh my God. What? You did it again. How you do it again? Dog. Imagine, you have to be one of the worst parents of all time. If they're calling you, first of all, your kid calling you stupid, you're clearly terrible, right? No respect. Barely. That's because this boy is barely around. This guy is barely around. His kid, they call him stupid. Go back to your house. Think of that. Go back to your house and do this. So you come over here. So you come over here and do this. Worse, Marco. What worse? The day my kid calls me stupid, boy, oh boy. Square, appreciate the 5. Finally, we got yes. We're back. Hopefully, we'll move up to where we can get the Slider Gang back. I got confused. I thought it was at this, but apparently I gotta have one. See, I thought he was living here. Right? I thought he was living here. I didn't know he was just a visitor. I gotta see this again.
Why is he? Hold on 1 second. My son is Melonie.
Oh,
Lauren.
my God. And he calls for Lauren. Bro, this is the times where I tell you, this is time where you get offline and go and deal with that. This is not important anymore. Your kids don't even respect you anymore. They're calling you stupid. He's so stupid. That's like you say that to a visitor. You say that to a stranger. Not your own flesh and blood calling you stupid. No! Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What a disgrace to fathers everywhere. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. Clearly never. Clearly never. What was this? Let me see what this one is. Oh, this is 58 seconds. So
Buggy.
Oh, this is a different one. All right, let's take a look at this one. Oh, shit. Where is it? Oh, right here. Let's take a look at this.
Michael, what are you doing? Just close the door, Buggy. You can't. I want them to see you, baby. Close the door. Daddy forgot. I'm sorry. What do you have?
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers. We got someone who subscribed on Twitch. Thank you.
Oh, this is the origin.
Why is he? Hold on 1 second. My son is Melonie. Lauren! Lauren!
Call for your girl, huh? Still?
Well, okay. Everything's good.
No. It's get off now. It's get off time now. At that point, it's get off. I could not sit there, heard that, and been like, all right. I would have been worthless deadbeat. Please. This is pathetic, bro. The time is now.
Michael, what are you doing? Just close the door, Buggy. You can't. I want them to see you, baby.
Hold on.
Close the door. Daddy forgot. I'm sorry. What do you have?
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers. We got someone who subscribed on Twitch. Thank you. Why is he? Hold on 1 second. My son is Melonie.
Damn, son. So let me get this straight. Daughter, terrible condition, right? You don't visit her in the hospital. Now, your son, for almost walking in the room, runs away crying. And still to this, and you still haven't learned, A, to mute when they show up, and B, to get off when something like that happens. You have lost your mind. You have lost your mind. Hold on. Hold on. What are you talking? You know what? We're going to do this live right now. We're going to do this live. We're going to do this live right now. Oh, no, we're not playing this time. Look at this. Tell me. Where? Where? Oh, it's right here. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. I missed the chat. I missed the chat. And I was about to be like, nah, I'm losing my mind because I just scrolled up and didn't see it. I see it now. I see it now. My bad. He's going to get clowned and cries. Yeah, you're right. Nothing. You're right. You're 100% correct. Yep. The same thing I was just about to say. But then if you call it out, you're wrong. You're wrong for doing it. You're wrong for saying that he's wrong for still being live. All right? I don't know why it's not built into you to just walk away from the computer. I don't understand why that is not like instilled, that this is not that important, especially for the amount of times you do it. You're barely around anyway. So in my mind, I'm thinking you're making, I gave you too much credit. I figured you were making up for lost time. No, you're just playing around probably online. You're probably just playing around, just playing your game, just totally ignoring them to the point where they're running away calling you stupid. They're running away saying, oh, I want him out of that. I want him away from me. Not even, oh, I wish he would get off and spend time with me. No, go home and do that. Whoa. Whoa. Worst dad of all time. Of all time. Holy. That's what I would. Oh my God, why wouldn't he pay attention? Which would have been, terrible. Probably worse for you. It would have been a great clip for me to react to. Okay, it would have been a great clip. But for you, I don't know what's worse. Him crying and running away and not even caring about seeing you. Yeah, I guess that'd be worse. Or crying hysterically because you're ignoring them. I don't know. Both are pretty bad. But I think you should probably utilize the mute a little bit more. Yeah, now I'm sure my kid, yeah, right, T. I'm sure my kids are saying the same. Oh, dad's mean and dad yells and dad that, right? Of course, if I have to be the one that's going to tell you to do wrong. But they'll never call me stupid. And they'll never come down here and run away crying and say, please take this somewhere else. I don't understand. I don't understand how he doesn't see how bad of a look this is. You can't, you want to take your shirt off when you're super fat and show it, fine. You want to do all the gross fart, burp, all that. Oh, I like the butt stuff, jokes, fine. But why do you want to be portrayed as one of the worst low-cow dads of all time? You are 1 and 2 with LTG with the parenting. All right, he just abandoned his. You pretty much are right there. You just put up the facade that you're around, but clearly they don't respect you. Clearly they don't care about you because they're calling you stupid. Right out of earshot. Not even whispering it. I'm yelling, I think he's stupid. And I'm yelling, I want him out the crib. Dude, boy, oh boy. Shout out to Dickers for being a great dad. Shout out Dickers. Oh boy. Oh man. I guess so, Cal. I think you're right. I think you are right. All right. Well, that was something awesome. That was great. I loved it. Now, oh my God. You know what else? Just the friendship conversation. I love too. I love the friendship conversation. Because what I just witnessed was the most pathetic attempt to be to protect their friend and a friend of a friend, which is even crazier, right? A friend of a friend. Because when it comes to this Chrissie, okay, this Chrissie Mayr, whatever her last name is, Brittany Venti, all right, smoked her, packed her completely up. This Chrissie girl decides that she was going to talk to Melonie Mayr like John. Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Chrissie wanted to talk a couple weeks ago, had a conversation with Melonie Mac. All right. And in this conversation with Melonie Mac, they decided to talk about her turning into a Christian, whatever, a bunch of nonsense that none of these people at all, I believe, are really about the faith, and they're using it to grift, right? True. That they're using it to grift. All right, totally. But I digress. Okay. She decided she was going to talk to Melonie Mac and not just talk to her friend, but talk to her friend who's in the midst of one of the biggest dramas she's ever been in, being tied to the quartering, who is being spoken about by every orifice of the internet. She decided, and now is the time that I'm going to talk to Melonie Mac, right? Which is great if you're ready for what comes with it, okay? Because in these moments, when people are under fire, you can't just come out and talk about whatever you feel like it. Because the internet is going to dictate when you're able to do it, that you are going to tell you very quick that you're not just going to talk about whatever. All right? That's just how it goes. Yes, you have the right to talk about whatever you want on your channel, but you know how the internet is. Okay? You're not brand new. This is not brand new science. If I brought up Hitler, oh. All right. Okay. If I brought Okay. If I brought up hold on, if I brought up okay, and I decided to talk to about how he found Christianity, all right? I think there's going to be one or two people that are going to be like, hey, Sly, you might want to ask about the time, what he did to them people at one time. You know, the people, right? The people, right? You might want to talk to him because he did something crazy, right? Do you think that the internet is going to allow me to talk to him and not ask him about gas and sick? All right? Do you think that I'm going to be able to do that? Of course not. So the fact, and yes, they are just as bad, right? There's 1-on-1 comparison. 1-on-1, right? 1-on-1, 1-for-1. No, but for real though, I don't know why you thought you were going to be able to do this. So they would talk, but during it, obviously, they would chat and ask her questions, right? And the answers that they would give are just so ridiculous that they act like they don't know what they're talking about. No big deal. It's so fake. Now, here's a couple points of where this is happening.
Is coming up a lot for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, man, the quartering, Jeremy has been such an amazing friend to me, and I have his back, and I'll be his friend forever. Like, that's a real one. That's a friend for life. Like, he's been there for me during like all kinds of cancellations and dog piles, and he's had my back, so I have his back too. And that's the thing, is some people are really upset about it, or some people will be like, oh, you have to disavow this, you have to disavow that. And it's like, look, he hasn't disavowed me for eating radioactive shrimp, so I won't disavow him for playing video games that don't have puzzles. Like, do I think it's insane? He's playing he won't play games with puzzles. It's like, no, I only have to play these, like.
And now we're going to try to make jokes. And now we're going to try to, oh, yeah, he doesn't disavow me for this, that, and the third. Okay, first of all, free speech preachers. You have a guy that you work for that is flagging down channels. The complete opposite of free speech. And you think you're just going to glide past this, huh? You think you're just going to slide right past.
ADD games, ADHD games. Okay, you know what? I'll still be his friend. I know that really tested our friendship, but I'll still
So
be his
true.
friend even if he doesn't play Tomb Raider. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, no people on the internet are going to tell me who I can or can't be friends with, or what I have to say or don't have to say on social media. Like, that's none of their business. So yeah.
I also would say, man, I have been. We all like get shit or get comments on. There's even people. My gosh, ever since I started becoming friends with you, Melonie, who are like, who maybe they can't get to you for some reason or can't message you. You got to tell. I have a message for Melonie Mac. Like, I'll be doing a stream. Your name doesn't even come up. I have people being like,
And this is funny to me, right? Because this is what I can picture this, right? Me being cool with Seven. Now, every time the people come in here and have to say something about Seven, right? If it's dumb, I make a joke of it. If it's something they want me to answer, I'll answer. Or if I don't know, you know what I do? I just go and ask them what they're talking about. And I've done it every time. They made a whole video about it. Did I just say, oh, I'm not going to watch it? No. I said, all right, let's do it. I don't have what if he did wrong, I tell him he does wrong in the private and publicly. I've always done this. So why would I now be afraid? If somebody has criticism, let's address it. And if it's big enough that we need to have a whole speaking of, like we have to speak about it, I bring them up here and we talk about it every time. Right after Raven. Oh, he's a pedo, he's a pedo, he's a pedo. Did I dodge it and not? Nope. We brought him up the next day and I grilled him. Not just grilled him, but to the point where I didn't just let it give him defense, even though I knew the truth already. He had to tell y'all the truth. I wasn't going to drag it out of him. He had to tell you, to the point where he got upset with me for not doing that. So I'll never play this game. Prime example, Aviga. I was cool with Aviga. Everybody knew I was cool with Aviga. He did wrong. What happened? Gone. Out of here. Boom. Done. Can't be around. Sorry. You've done too bad. You've crossed the threshold. Can't be around. I'm sorry. You're out of here. I didn't minimize it. Well, it's not that. It's, well, if you overlook it, da-da-da. No. Absolutely not. We as a collective had to do what we had to do because he couldn't be around no more. He did wrong, right? I don't care about any of that when it comes to doing wrong. So if I was talking to Melonie, yeah, we can be cool. I might tell you, I'm gonna let you know, I'm gonna ask you these questions, right? I have to. So as friendship, that's me giving you that warning. I'm going to ask you this. I don't care at that point of how it takes. I don't care about how you take it at that point. But I have to ask you these. I'm sorry. That's what this whole integrity thing is, where we and we don't just run out and lie. We don't just run out and tell things that aren't true or that we know aren't true. We don't run with just little bits of stories. No. We have to play by these rules because we put ourselves in these situations. We put ourselves in these situations where we have to do this, right? We have to, or it's done. I might as well just hang it up. And on the internet, you are bound to run into more people that you might get close with that are going to turn into bad people. It's going to happen because we didn't grow up together. We weren't face to face with each other. We weren't in the sandbox together. We met each other after you've already lived a life. I lived mine and you lived yours. So of course there's some little quirks that aren't going to jive well. Shut up. Okay, yeah. See, now I forgot what I was saying because you just told a huge lie. Great. Scrambly.
You need to tell Melonie Mac this, or you need to answer why does she think and say this, or why can't you get this through? Like I am somehow your messenger or like your secretary. Yeah. And I get that for a number of people that are friends or just acquaintances or stream buddies or whatever. And it's just part of like doing this, right? Is the sense that like, well, you and all your friends, or who people perceive your friends to be, like, need to agree on it. And guess what? Like, you can be friends with someone and not agree with everything they do, not support everything they do, not like, but you also don't have to like get up on a microphone and let everybody know I don't agree with the X, Y, and Z. Like you.
No, that's what you do. If you're gonna do that to other people, yeah, you're gonna do it to your friends too. You have to. You don't get the half step. All right, you don't get the half step with this one. Or, oh, we don't have to do this to your friends. Oh, no, yeah, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Especially when you put yourself in this position where you're going to judge others. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100% you do. Yeah.
Everyone explains themselves, and then that should be kind of the end of it. And you know what? If
Watch Mojo, like the show.
people don't want to follow you because you want to stay friends with Jeremy, then don't follow you. Then
Yeah,
don't follow Melonie over that.
That's
So
their prerogative. But that's the thing too, is with the internet, it's just like
Apollo, what up, baby?
a lot of people have a lot of opinions on things they don't know about. They can speculate and say this thing about people's lives and this situation or that situation, but they don't know. Like they don't. And they're going based on a bunch of like, oh, this, that, like these different rumors, different like, oh, this channel made this drama up or this or that. And it's just like, yeah, they kind of try to put people in a situation to where it's like, oh, they have to explain this, they have to explain that, they have to like talk about this or they have to talk about that. Like, hey, we're people on the internet. We have our things that we like to talk about, social commentary, this, that, and the other. Nobody is owed a discussion about anything else, like especially when it comes to a bunch of rumors. Because that's the thing I noticed when a bunch of people make up lies. And I noticed this with my own life too, because I've been dogpiled a number of times. They will say the craziest lies, and anytime I actually will like clear it up and say no, this isn't true, then they'll just make up another one.
Mhm.
So it's just like they're gonna do it anyway. They don't care about the truth. And
This is a total cop-out. The internet will always make up lies. Of course they will. Should I not address another drama because they say that I punch my kids and put them at gunpoint and force them to watch Phil? Should I no longer because, well, they're making up a lie. I guess I won't talk about anything else ever again. Of course not.
so clearing the air and telling them the truth doesn't make a difference. All it's going to do is just make them make up another lie. So that's the thing is, and even the Bible talks about like when people make up lies about you and things like that. It's just like, yeah, just you have to trust in God to vindicate you. And people are going to lie about you. People are going to hate you. People hated Jesus and he was
Word.
perfect. So it's just like, yeah.
and he had a six-pack and didn't have to go to the gym. But you know what? There wasn't really much
Yeah, I
content
mean-
truth going on back then.
yeah.
Because I get shit. My gosh, I've gotten so much shit on behalf of like Brittany Venti. I've had so many people message me, tag me. Why did Brittany Venti say or do this? Why can't you have to answer to every person you've ever worked with? Like
It's insane.
If they do bad, yes. And at the time, Brittany Venti, which I'll get to her in a minute, once the other thing we're going to watch, Brittany Venti did her whole I'm going to be racist thing. Of course you're going to have to, someone are going to come to you and be like, do you accept or how do you feel about what they're doing? That is a normal response. When you have aligned yourself with somebody that does something that the internet doesn't agree with, it's always going to happen. Always going to happen.
I'm her handler, like I'm her keeper. And same thing, even though like the compound media dissolves two plus years ago. People are
And yeah, I can't believe people asked me when I was working with Anthony Cumia. Oh, you were shocked that people were going to ask you? You were shocked? It came to me, I can't believe they would even bring that up.
so like, oh, I don't like Anthony Cumia. I can't believe you ever worked with him. And it's like, that ended 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but people, and like you said, and I was just having this like a similar conversation with the fake wizard who I had on either last night or a couple nights ago. You're never going to get everybody to A, like you, but B, understand you. And if you as sort of like a public figure or a content creator, if you get hung up or really upset by not everybody understanding you, or if you're very upset about being misunderstood, like you're not going to last long.
Exactly.
You will exhaust yourself in the process of clarifying, and you will look. It'll make you look away you probably don't want to look too. I know I'm being really ineloquent about this, but if you spend so much of your time, like,
So true. MG, so true.
no, actually, I need everybody to understand me, and because if you dial that back, it really comes down to like I need everybody to like me,
Right.
and if you need everybody to like,
No, this is cope. Again, I hate you people. And this is why people say that you ruined your career with this, right? No one's saying that, oh, it's either you don't address or you want everybody, you're only addressing it all because you want everybody to like you. No, you're addressing it because if you're going to be and have any type of integrity in this space, then when you are going to judge others, you need to also judge the ones closest by. Actually, you should probably be a little bit tougher on them, right? To be honest.
you're going to spend too much time people pleasing and
Exactly.
which is a very female thing. That I'm
It
pretty
is.
aware of.
I mean, yeah, it's our nature to want that. Like, it just is. But yeah, you learn to overcome it, or you try. So, but yeah, that's the thing is, like, it just brings me back to, like, I've been anti-dogpile culture for a long time. And then whenever I was, like, friends with a lot of people in the streamer space and, you know, the mainstream gaming space, and I was interacting with a bunch of, like, woke people in that space, and I noticed that was something that they did a lot, was dogpile each other and do these cancel campaigns against each other. And I was against that. And I found myself, like...
Okay, but why do you think he's getting dogpiled? It's not like he didn't do anything wrong. Should the internet not care when this dude is flagging channels and lying about them, literally? Which is hilarious because you're saying everybody else is lying. Because he's running around where this all started saying that they're making fun of his wife and calling his wife out when that never happened. That was a whole lie. And saying that they're and doing the dog whistle, he's doing the dog whistling, saying that they're against TOS. When then in private, he's saying, well, I don't really watch them and I'm sure they're fine. So there's only one person that's lying. One person.
Yeah, just defending or standing against the dogpiling. But if I didn't know what was going on, I don't like internet dogpiling. I hate it. And so now we're starting to see it more from, like, not just the woke left. We're seeing it from, you know, whatever else, libertarians, the right, whatever in between. And I'm always against it. I don't like it. I don't care who's doing it. And so especially when it comes to telling people who they can or can't be friends with, hey, I didn't let them tell me who I could or couldn't be friends with back when the liberals were doing it. So I'm not changing on that now.
What?
Okay, go great stand. No one's telling you who you can and can't be friends with. But don't think you're just going to skate by without having to address it. Still address it.
Like, nobody knows your private conversations with Jeremy.
Right.
Like, for all anybody knows, you could be privately telling him, I don't agree with this or that. I don't like
Defense.
this or that. And you can still, and that's the thing, not everybody is entitled to all of everyone's private conversations and private feelings. Like, it's okay to not share everything publicly. It's okay.
That's one thing I definitely don't like to do, is share anything with friendships and all that kind of stuff publicly. Like, especially during, like, if it comes to any falling out with a friend or any, like, oh, talk to this friend or that friend about disagreeing about this.
God.
Though I'm not gonna air that out on the internet. That's weird behavior for me. I'm just like, this is insanity to me. Like, that's even a thing.
Yeah, and ultimately, like, it's Jeremy's thing. Like, you weren't the one handling that situation. Like, it was him. So there's it might be a lot of people wanting to be, like, upset with him, and it's overflowing onto you because you work with him.
It is, like, and they're trying to bully me.
Oh my God. The girl jumped out with the whole defense video saying that he didn't do nothing wrong. And what are we talking about here? And the man she works with him. That's the employer.
Away from being his friend. That's what it, and that's, I'm not gonna.
Through javelin that joint in the ring.
I'm not gonna concede to that. Like, nobody can tell me who I can or can't be friends with. And it's just like, I don't even.
And don't forget, this is supposed to be the Christians, right? They're supposed to be the all holier than thou. And Bull is over here, not the Bull that's piping his wife, Bull as in how we speak. Bull over here saying, oh yeah, you know, she's not even my type. Her boobs aren't big enough. Oh, let's bring some fat tits in here. Yeah, we need some fat titties.
Yum the Mongo.
Where the women at? So, disrespecting his wife, you're fine with. Apparently, that's cool. That's my friend. That's okay. Too flat, yeah.
I like to look into these kind of things whenever it's like, oh, this drama, that, like, this happened and that happened online about people's drama or rumors and this and that. I don't even look into that stuff. I don't care who it is, whether it's a friend or not. It's just like, I don't care. I would rather focus on other things than get caught up in this drama and these made up stuff and that made up stuff. And, like, a lot of this started even several months ago, or several months to a year ago, where people were just making these outrageous claims that, like, oh, Jeremy makes Melonie Mac uncomfortable, and then at AmFest, there's like, look how scared she is, and she's mouthing to Hannah Claire, help me, because he asked her to watch a football game with him in the lobby in a public place with other people. And it was like, so they tried to create this.
Okay, fine. You could say that. That was overblown. Do I think that you mouthed help me? No. Do I think that you were like, your face made it bad? They ran with it. That's all. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. But it's one thing. It's one thing. So that means that everything else must be a lie because somebody ran with something as a joke. I probably would have ran with the same thing.
Crazy narrative back then, and completely ignoring the fact that, like, we were on stream before we even went to Amfest, and he mentioned watching the football game. And I said, oh, I want to watch it too. Like, I'll watch it with you. Let's find a place and get like some friends and we'll watch it because I love football. And so I just completely ignored that I brought it up first. And because like, okay, we're at Amfest, we have a booth, there's big crowds there, and we just started the stream. So if I look, any type of nervousness was just from being at the first time at Amfest. It had nothing to do with Jeremy. Like, Jeremy, I've been friends with him for years and years. So it's just like, okay, like that's my bro. Like if anything, like I was more comfortable being able to do the event with him there. So it started out with a lot of stuff like that, just making up a bunch of crazy stuff. So I don't even know everything that they've said about him, and I don't care because what I do know what people have said about him regarding me is lies. So why am I going to look into anything else that when they've already got a track record of lying? So
what do you like now that some time has passed? What would you say is the biggest like misconception or the biggest lie that's out there that you think a lot of people believe?
Well, like I said, I haven't looked into it, like most of it. But
so how did you make a video about it if you didn't know what was going on? I just question. How did you how did you even know? Right? You guys didn't do a pod and he didn't bring it up at the time. How did you know to make a video and talk about it? Your friendship. That just what God came to you and said, yo, Mel, make that video about what should I make it about? Your friendship and why you should come out speaking for him. How'd you know?
What I do know is just the stuff involving me saying that like he makes me uncomfortable and like I'm only on a show because like I need the money and all this stuff, which is not the case whatsoever. So it's just like that's a huge lie, and they kept running with that narrative no matter what. And so it's just like I anything else they're saying, I just know is probably, and I've seen a lot of the same crowd lie about other creators and stuff like that too, lie about their personal lives, make some egregious accusations at other people, and they've done the same with me as well. Before all this, completely unrelated to this drama, they have shared AI pictures of me that were definitely not me.
I mean, whatever. Who cares?
And it's just like, yeah, I just don't take that crowd serious because I've seen lie after lie after lie, and so I in terms of all this drama and stuff, it's just like, hey, the last thing I'm doing is watching them talk about it because like all I've seen from them has been lies. So
it probably gets to be tiring after a while. Go through some of these super chats. Dragon Dan, what's this? A right-wing streamer who's not afraid of having a Christian on their stream? Glad you're not.
Okay, there's one more part I want to just play before we get to it. The debate. All right, so let's go to this right here because this is very funny.
Yeah, I figured that was.
I actually don't. I don't understand the inside. I guess it's an inside joke about oranges. I actually have no idea.
I don't know what it means either. Okay. But like, I do have to give, and I think that's what Dragon Dan was doing too. Was like giving you props for just like breathing through this because just having me on your show right now, you're gonna get flooded with these comments. So.
What are most people? Because I mean, I'm not as fully caught up as I could be because teasing after a 2-year-old doesn't give very much time for catching up on anything. But my
remember that part.
Overall feeling was like people were upset that he like struck channels, that the channels were talking about his wife or something. I don't know, but at the end of the day, like, wouldn't that would be on Jeremy, not on you? Like, unless you're in charge of every move.
They've just created these narratives and they're rolling.
Oh, they just created the narratives and they're just rolling with it.
And they want. I mean, it's just like these leftist cancel campaigns. They want absolute control, and so then they want to, they want me to disavow Jeremy and not be his friend anymore. And so they're going to keep dogpiling and keep bullying, and until they try to attempt to do that. And so, yeah, that's why just me being on here, they might dogpile you and bully you a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully.
Ridiculous. So, by the way, before we get to the debate, all this, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why would they bring that up? I don't know anything about it, right? Oh, Brittany's welcome on the show with Melonie. Oh, I know, I got to. My mouth is killing me already. I don't know. I would bring, oh, well, it was too much time. You couldn't bring it up. So then Brittany shows up the next day, right? Or maybe a couple days. Like this happened yesterday. Brittany comes up and addresses this. And the things that Chrissie says are probably, I have never heard someone cope this much. I mean, she invoked on Mother's Day. Her kid, she can't pay attention to anything. Her dead, murdered dad got brought into it for sympathy. Oh, she was pulling out all of them, all of the things, all of them to help her get out of here, which were all lies.
His non-Indian YouTuber representative, to strike the Kino Casino. He said he would take everything, and then he was publicly endorsing it. And so it wasn't a privacy complaint.
Okay,
that's true. And then also, it's not about like guilt by association. It's that Melonie was defending Jeremy's actions, not really addressing them, and then reframing it as, well, it's just because the hater trolls, SJWs, whatever, and people who had legitimate criticism, rightfully so, of him trying to deplatform. people that you were co-hosted with on FNT, him coming for me and everybody else, that's wrong. And Melonie is essentially co-signing it and not really addressing it on stream and reframing it like it's just trolls. And I don't think it's fair to say that it's just guilt by association.
Yeah, it's definitely not. But she also, like, Melonie comes off extremely manipulative in this whole
Hey, let her cook.
situation.
Well, as Chrissie said in the intro, she said that Melonie was kind of saying, oh, it's a nothing burger type of thing versus, Nina had messaged Chrissie about it. She had the stream about it where Nina showed the screenshot of the tweet from Jeremy that said that he was coming from my scalp, Yellow Flash, and a few other people, and Chrissie's coworker, parentheses S, more than one. But anyway, so Chrissie had seen this, and when I saw this, after I got off the phone with Chrissie, and she had gotten done telling me, like, well, I didn't know stuff, and then I see that stream where Nina's breaking the entire thing down where, hey, like, Jeremy to platform people, here's the screen.
Yeah. And when I hear her act like she has no clue what's going on, what we'll play in a minute is that Nina, because once I was like, oh, that's that girl that I learned from Comicsgate, like reading and pay attention to that, because she did a stream over there where they literally broke the entire thing down to her. Her and some black dude broke the whole thing down, and she pretends that she has
not just be a leftist grifter now. Like, she was so good at being a right-wing influencer. It would look insincere if she were to take all her transferable skills and do it exactly on the other side.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's an art to grifting, man, and the good ones,
Yeah,
the good ones can't even tell they're doing it.
Just ask the quartering. It's definitely an
Quartering
art
is a bad grifter.
Exactly, because it's like once you lose that art.
Oh my god!
Oh, we're on
Jesus Christ, what happened?
the outs, Chrissy. We're on the outs.
Oh,
What about
her,
you?
Nina and the quartering got into a whole thing, man.
Why are you guys beefing?
Because he lied about me, and then he was he's just a complete grifter that turned just went against everything he was ever claiming to be, which was like free speech and wanting to.
I really don't like him lying about you because I heard that he maybe copy struck some channels because they were supposedly like lying about his wife or something. But I'm also not up on it. So
yeah,
he tried to get a lot of channels deplatformed.
Wait a minute. Well, how are you using these same explanations in present time if they told you 2 weeks ago? This is how far you wanted to go to protect your friend.
Yeah.
Because I'm surprised he hasn't gone after Brittany Venti. Like, I'm shocked.
I think it's because she's
Venti's been
just
relentless, man.
She's too big. I think she's just too big for him to try and take down.
Well,
and
he did tweet recently. I don't know if this is today about that he is going to start going after the people that.
Oh my God, is he doing it today? And that's why I did my stream on Rumble, because I was like, I'm not going to talk about him on freaking YouTube.
Yeah, let me send this to you.
Yeah, Venti just put out another video. Like, I think yesterday.
I saw her video yesterday. Yeah, he's scared of her. I think he is. I think
I'm scared of her, man. I would never want to Brittany Venti angry.
We're friends.
I would never want to piss that girl off ever.
That's true. You don't want to be on Brittany Venti's bad side. You really don't.
My turtle beat on her like last summer or 2 summers ago, and
that girl has weaponized her autism, man. Like, I'm telling you.
Oh no. Okay, let's share these before Jeremy drunk deletes these tweets.
It's sad. It's so sad because I liked him.
Yeah, me too. Nearly everyone profiting off spreading vicious lies on my name. I've been nothing but nice to everyone, nice to over the years. The receipts are on my side. I've let it be for weeks, but I guess if they really want me on my villain arc, I will oblige. Oh no. I don't want to hear anyone telling me to be calm. These fucking losers, Yellow Flash, side scrollers, Brittany, geeks and gamers, they have all turned heel and decided 1 week's ad revenue is worth selling their souls, and so I will oblige. Damn.
What does that mean?
Ooh, I don't know what that means. Like, does that mean he's coming after their channels and flagging them? Does that mean he's going to start making videos, like making fun of them? I don't know what that means. You know what's so funny is, like, I was watching Flashcast, like when they were covering the quartering, and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers said the funniest thing, and I was like, you know what? That's a way that Jeremy from the quartering could get out of this. It's like he was like, this was old. He said if this was old Jeremy from the quartering, he would have grifted off this by making like a thumbnail that said like just like a.
She would have nothing to say. Nothing to say this. Oh, why would they say that? You know that it's about the flagging channels. You've already mentioned it. So you know why. You know what it could be about. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's sad to see. I'm sad because I like them.
Way that Jeremy from the quartering could get out of this is like he was like, this was old.
Yeah.
He said if this was
mean?
old Jeremy from the quartering, he would have grifted off this by making like a thumbnail that said like just like a one of those out thumbnails. My channel's under attack, but like more like Kino Casino's channel's under attack, and like, you know, by YouTuber, and like and then like just do the video as like, you know, like, so like some YouTubers going around like flagging other people's channels, like that kind of thing, and like just like make fun of it and then like apologize through making fun of himself. And I was like, that's actually a genius advice. Like if quartering wanted to actually take advice from anybody from Geeks and Gamers.
In the chat are saying, do you think there is a redemption path for him? And if so, what does that look like?
Oh
I think there is a
God.
redemption path for everyone.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, I do
I
believe
think
that.
so,
I think
too.
Well,
the
I mean,
redemption
well,
path
yeah,
is-
he does have to answer for the whole bull thing, right? I think a lot of like his audience, the guys, aren't taking that very well. You know.
I think the redemption path is a few things. One, he needs to go to rehab and like stop drinking.
I
Like, he
agree.
cannot be.
No. It's a good one. I'm gonna tell you what his redemption is. Right. This is what he does. He starts by getting offline. Right. He goes and tells his wife, "Listen, I disrespected you. I'm sorry. I was wrong. For ever saying these things and making our business public. I was wrong. And I apologize for the amount of hate that you're getting," right? And he calls up the guy that's been piping her down. He says, "Yo, son, I should have never let you pipe my wife down. All right? That was wrong of me. I'm supposed to be religious. God got me. And that's not how God acts, right? So I should have told you no. Right? Shouldn't have called you over in the late night to sit back and watch you just give it to her, right? I shouldn't have done that." Then you go upstairs. No, sorry. You go to the basement, right? You go to the basement. You sit in your chair. You look at your screen. You do one more video. Apologizing to everybody. You shut that. You upload it. And kablam! That's how you redeem yourself. You are a waste of a person.
Be like drunk anymore.
Wow. Is it really that bad? Jeez, I guess I didn't know.
Huh?
I didn't know his drinking was that bad.
It's gotten so bad. Like, and I mean, like, we all kind of knew that he would drink a lot. Like, I mean, this was way years ago. He would just go on these drunk tweet spree and then delete the tweets. He's been doing that for so long. But like, I think that would be a thing, like him, and then he apologizing and owning up to
Edward, what up, baby?
what he did, and like the flagging and
Is that the
and
worst
all that stuff.
that he did was flagging the channels?
Well, yeah, he basically like he got the Kino Casino Clips channel taken out from YouTube, and the guy that was I guess it was like their editor. Apparently, he lost his income entirely, and he was like supporting his family through that. And it's not even like it wasn't even the Kino Casino guys that were running that channel. It was some other guy. Like, so some other guy got hit, and I think people really don't like that kind of stuff when it comes.
Is that the worst he does? Already just minimizing it, like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Just for the record, anti-censorship. Everybody should have a platform to defend themselves and speak about whatever they want. I don't like it. Has a guy that you're like, oh, is that like the worst he's done? Oh my God. So
What's your reputation for like trying to deplatform people? It's hard to come back from that.
Were they was the clip channel saying actual lies, or what was the clip channel that upset him?
The clip channel was basically like edited out as much as like it would be for terms of service YouTube for it to be acceptable, because the Kino
it's not, oh, that was wrong. He shouldn't be flagging them. What do you think they said that upset him? If that's what we're going by, then I guess anybody can flag anything if they just get upset. If it's not, oh, that's crazy. No, whatever. As long as they're not doxing them or posting it, then what? No. Oh, well, what do you think could have gotten him upset? What does it matter? What does it matter? If they're not going above and beyond, which I'm sure people would say, well, that's kind of crazy. They're putting up his whole house on a whole video and just leaking every family member. Okay, yeah, people aren't going to be cool with that. And if that went down, who cares, right? Clearly, it's not that. Stop. What was the Kino Casino wearing? Right, though. Right. Well, you never know. So this is what happened 2 weeks prior to what we're about to watch now. I just wanted to show you how bad she was acting. So let's go back to this, and now you see her responses.
Screenshot of the tweet of him going after Brittany, Yellow Flash, and other people, and then it's like, well, I didn't know. It's like, well, in my opinion, to Chrissie, as I said on the phone to her, I think it was more than enough information. And I get, and Chrissie is being honest when she's saying that she has a lot of in real life stuff going on. Like, I'm going to be honest and fair. She does. And obviously she doesn't want to like talk about it online. But anyway, so it's like this inconsistency, and it's like, one more thing. Specifically, Nina had sent a message to you, Chrissie, on the day that you had Melonie on, and she said, well, Chrissie, you're going to ask Melonie about Jeremy. And then you didn't respond to it. So I understand where you're saying, I didn't connect the Jeremy thing, was connected Melonie, but Nina connected it for you and had explained it 2 weeks prior. And then 2 weeks before that, you responded to Melonie's tweet. So that I don't understand how it's the case that you didn't connect it. And I think that's how other people view it too.
And I totally understand how people are viewing it. I did not connect all of Jeremy's drama and bullshit to Melonie. I did not. When I interviewed her, it was to speak on these other topics, and I didn't think she was responsible for what Jeremy did, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't care about your topics. It's not the time to talk about your conversion to Christ. You can talk about that any other day. You can talk about that by yourself. to your heart's content. I don't care. You have a controversial figure that's in the midst of drama. Stop. Everything stops. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your conversion. And speak to somebody else about it if you don't want anything to be brought up about it.
And
So
and
when
I
Nina messaged you,
that I
what did you think?
wish that I had, like I said earlier, I dropped the ball. I should have recalled that conversation with Nina. And again, it shouldn't reflect poorly on you or Nina. Like, we tried to warn.
I should have recalled that conversation. Would you black out? Just seize up, huh? You can't remember anything. Got it.
Again, like, no one should be giving you shit. You guys are not my producers. You're not like in charge of my content. So nobody should be giving you a hard time or like associating you poorly with me. No, we tried to tell her, like, I'm so embarrassed that I didn't recall that conversation with Nina from 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Shut up. Shut up. You can remember Bible verses, but you can't remember. She disassociated, right? You can't remember a conversation of one of the hottest topics in the last 2 months. You could, your mind just black. You just couldn't think of it, huh? Couldn't think of it.
I mean, like I said, I have a lot going on, and
I got a lot going on. So you have so much going on, right? So much going on that now's the time to talk about your conversion to Christ. Shut up.
And it's not. I should have had all, crossed all my T's, dotted all my I's. I should have, I should have been more. I'm thinking, I'm just talk to her about what I want to talk.
Okay, let's just pretend that conversation with Nina didn't happen 2 weeks ago. All right, let's play your game. You could have pressed her then. Like, well, why is there so many comments coming through here? Well, what is this about? Use the super chats like you're about to do in here to discredit and stuff. You could have done it then and started asking them the questions from the super chats. Why didn't you do that?
About, which is my conversion, which is not something I have to like research. I just went through it. And
you said there was conflicting things, right? That Melonie was saying like, oh, it's a nothing burger.
No, but if you had so much going on, why are we talking about your conversion to Christ? Why is that important then? If you have so much going on, why are you even online then? I'm confused.
Essentially, right? But Nina 2 weeks had told you otherwise. So if you're saying that you had it on anyway because there was a confliction, then that doesn't make sense to say that therefore you didn't know. But even if we did assume that, right? And it's like, you just didn't remember from 2 weeks ago, even though it's serious, like I think that would be something to remember when he's saying he's going to go after me and he's already deplatformed people. I think that's on your responsibility, especially because we've known each other a long time and we worked together a long time to take something like that seriously. And when Nina's telling you as your friend, so she even told you the day of, she told you before she had her on.
Into it, and one friend is saying, it's a nothing burger. It's like that cancels each other out. And then when in my tweet, I was like, what's going on with Jeremy? Everyone's like, he's a.
Oh, okay. So you did a stream with the girl 2 weeks ago. She told you. The nigga that you were talking with on that stream told you. Your friend Kimberly here, she told you. And Brittany told you. And then Nina doubled back around and told you. But because the girl that's in the drama says, oh, it's nothing. Oh, it must be nothing. These are the... You could have just been like, yo, you know what? If you would have owned up and just said, listen, that's my friend. I ain't doing none of that. I don't care about none of that. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Just own it. Instead of this workaround that, oh, God, I don't know anything. And, I mean, you come out and say something that is just so crazy about the pop-up right now, like in a minute, that I couldn't believe the things you were saying. You couldn't beat this information out of me.
He's a cuck. It's like, I'm not interested in his love life, okay? I think anybody can understand these are...
Well, if you're religious, don't you think that letting another man covet your wife is like a no-no? Isn't that one of y'all's rules? Etched in stone? Or am I tripping? Could have swore that. Could have swore. Because I bet you if it was him getting piped by a fella, right? You all would be losing your mind. Oh, God's gonna smite you. But he's and not only that, he's watching it and then doing it to hit. Nah, he's probably watching it, not doing anything, to be honest. Just watching it happen and not caring, but saying, I'm with Christ. Yeah, all right.
Conflicting, confusing messages. And the friend I'm about to do a stream with is saying it's no big deal. So I'm kind of going to go with that because that is who I'm going to speak with.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Again,
no, I see what you're saying. But if you're saying that...
I knew everything I do now and like putting all the dots together. And I have spent so much time these last few days literally ignoring my toddler to the point where he's in tears and making a fucking fit. But...
So this girl thought that this was going to help her and decided before she said, I'm sorry I missed things. My kid takes precedent. Now she says... I literally ignored my child to pay attention to the quartering who is in tears hysterical for my attention. Using it for sympathy, but not understanding how insane that looks. To admit to the internet that you neglected your child for the quartering, all because you couldn't have asked the girl that you had on questions, and you played defense instead.
Mommy's got to deal with the quartering drama, so tough shit. Watch Sesame Street.
You told your 2-year-old, mommy's got to deal with the quartering. Very condescending, by the way. You tough shit. Watch Sesame Street.
And that's what we had to do these last few days. So, again,
Chrissie, I'm really sorry that happened.
I did today. Back then, it would have been a completely different interview.
But when you,
I know, right, Jay Mace? But she thinks that this is going to help her and show that she's invested now. She's ignoring her own flesh and blood for the streets.
saying stuff like that, it makes it sound like, well, dang, I have to like take accountability here. And it's like, you know, you open the stream with, I was bullied into it. And I don't think anybody would want.
Another thing, I was bullied into this. Bullied into this. What's that say? Well, I really don't want to talk about it. So I don't insult my political connects, aka Melonie Mac. I really didn't want to do this, but I have to. I really didn't want to do this, but I have to. Yeah,
I want you to say anything you don't mean if you're bullied into this. Like, who's bullying you into this? And all I'm saying is that there was a conflict with Nina telling you about Melonie the day of in the message. Hey, you're gonna ask about Jeremy.
I didn't see that. So there's where I streamed with Melonie. I was focusing on Melonie and these issues that I'm dealing with. It was literally taking place the whole morning of before I streamed with Melonie. So I'm focusing on my private stuff, and then at night I had my stream.
One of her private stuff. Wait a minute. Because one of the private things she's bringing up is taking care of her kid and her dad dying or getting murdered or something. I'm not trying to be insensitive here because that's sad. Are you saying that your dad was slaughtered right before you went live with Melonie Mac to talk about your conversion? I'm confused. Because why are you bringing this up as that's one of the private things you didn't want to talk about was you were dealing with this? Oh, 3 years ago, something happened. Okay. Stop talking to me.
With Melonie. So again,
by the way, I'm not talking to you, Ben. I mean,
like hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, I mean, what I said this to Chrissie before, and you know, she's correct. Hindsight is 2020. But in a situation like that, where like you may not be like up to date, or not necessarily not up to date, but not have connected the pieces yourself. You're trying to have a different kind of stream. If you're having a stream with your friend and someone's trying to like say, oh no, like switch the stream, have somebody else on. At the very least, you could say like, you know, I'll let Melonie decide if it's too much for her. Then we can do a different stream where we talk about this. That way, there's transparency for everyone. Because like D-Day Cobra said it best. Like the chat is the most important part of the stream. That's why we're here. It's what we do it for. So yeah, like, is there a better way to have handled that situation? I completely agree. I also understand being overwhelmed by a chat in the moment, and I watch your content. I think you're a great content creator. I think you're.
Jerry's still out. I think her dad was smoked. I think so.
You're coming from a place of truth and logic. I don't think that you're trying to be malicious. Neither do I. I don't think Chrissie's trying to be malicious, but I definitely don't think you're on here to be any kind of like, you know, just like get like your little digs in at all. But I do think that maybe there could be some kind of like meet in the middle moment here, and I hope we could get to that. But I do understand how it looks, and appearances are truth, so they say, and that maybe should be addressed. But that's just coming from someone who's like observing, you know, Chrissie's side of things, and then trying to see Jeremy as he's an asshole. I think we can all agree he's like done the most fucked up shit here. And like, anyway, I don't necessarily, I don't have to go into my whole opinion on that right now. But I just hope that like this could be a setting where we can, you know, meet in the middle a little bit.
So why wasn't it a red flag for you when you have two conflicting things? Because you said you were thinking about the Nina thing, you're thinking about the Melonie thing. They're saying conflicting things. She's saying it's nothing burger. Nina's like, Chrissie, this is serious. Why is that not a red flag to look further into?
I mean, I know like Brittany, you're probably wishing like, Chrissie, why didn't you handle this like I would have handled it? And like, I wish I had your brain. I wish I had your talent for investigative journalism. I wish I had your talent for deep dives. It's why people love you, Bendy. It's why you have a whole.
Okay, before we get settled and you sucking her dick here, okay? No one's asking that you need to do a deep dive and autistically obsess. All she asked you was why couldn't you just ask the questions that the chat were asking already while attaching money to them? Why couldn't you just say what they said, which is the easiest out, and many people use it, and I think it's pathetic, but especially when you think that same thought, but you're like, well, the chat asked. Well, just say you want to know, like, but whatever. You could have just used them. They did all of what you had to do. You could have, and you know how the internet goes, you asking their questions, right? You could have done your little dance around it and be like, oh, I'm just asking because they're asking. Oh, okay. You didn't even have to expound. But the fact that you put that out on the table and asked, more people are going to also what? Donate to you so you can So it's a benefit for you. So the internet gets what they want, you pressing them, and then you also get your money that you do it for. Win-win. But you chose to collect, act stupid, and tank all of what you got off of one move. That now you have an entire fan base of people that now hate you and will harass you from here on out. All because you didn't want to press Melonie Mac.
Whole chat calling for you is because you're so good at what you do, and it's why you're fun to watch and you're entertaining and you're fun to have on stream. I can't go back and change anything. I can only try to illuminate what was going on with me at the time.
Right. So I understand you're saying there's your intent there, but obviously, like, there was a misstep. And when you're saying things like, hey, I'm being bullied into it, and like, I'm not apologizing for having Melonie on, it's not that people want you. I mean, maybe some trolls, but like, it's not about like you having Melonie on. It's the fact that she was on and then given no pushback, as she is essentially co-signing and laughing with Jeremy. You know, she's replying to his tweet about them getting the platform.
On.
Well, hold on. So on Twitter, when the Kino Casino got deplatformed off of YouTube because
oh my God. Like, you don't know what she meant by that. You don't know what she meant by that. You don't think that she knows that he wasn't on? You really think that's what she meant? Huh? Oh my Lord. Don't start jumping in now. All right. Oh, he wasn't on. All right. Don't get cute now, Red. All right.
Jeremy rallying for that and threatening to use his connections as a channel with 2 million subscribers. He posted a card that had like casino theme on it right after they got banned. It was the #1 trending thing. This is his job. He knows it's happening. He's been honed in on this for weeks at this point, arguing with them, going on drunken rampages, deleting stuff. He posts this card to taunt them, and then Melonie replies to it. So things like that are seen as her co-signing it, and she has not, even to this point, spoken up on her friend that, well, he pays her, so people have a problem with that too. And then she's not speaking up on the deplatforming. And so it's not, oh, well, I'm not going to apologize for not having a friend on. It's the fact there's no pushback, and the Kino Casino is not able to go on their YouTube and defend themselves. So that's why people wanted me on. And if you didn't want to have me on, then it should have probably been you. That gave some pushback, considering that Nina had given you the rundown on stream, and it was enough to have some red flags. And even though it's a mistake on your end, like, there's still like mistakes made that should, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't believe that she just magically blacked out an entire conversation with somebody. Something tells me that's cap. I don't know. Something telling me there.
Stop the cap.
Please.
If it were me, I would apologize, but
sorry I didn't connect Melonie to Jeremy's drama. I didn't realize that what he did was her in some way. She was complicit in.
And this Cherry person, I don't even know why they're there. Their one contribution is saying, I don't know about this. Great, Cherry. You did a great job. Shout out, Cherry.
And like the tweet you're mentioning, I didn't see it. I'm not like up on everything. I'm not watching everybody's content. The only video that I ended up watching
was
about
3 weeks.
Okay, that's great. But you know what's also trending is my fucking personal life and the shitstorm that is my dad being murdered and other stuff that I don't want to get into.
So now knowing that her dad was murdered 3 years ago, what a scumbag move that you just pulled. What a dirtbag move. I didn't know that. I gave her the benefit of the doubt that this thing happened recently. 3 years ago? 3 years ago? And now because you're getting pressed, you invoke your dead dad to get out of criticism? What a piece of shit. And so not just a natural death, murdered. And you, whoa.
Sometimes your 2-year-old does take precedent over the quartering drama. And
no, apparently not. You just said you ignored a crying child of yours to pay attention to him. You can't have it both ways. You can't use it as sympathy, but then use it to get out of, well, I guess I'll have to do this. I guess we'll have to do that. I guess we're going to have to watch pay attention to the quartering. So child, I don't care what happens to you. You can literally run into traffic right now. I could care less. It's time to learn about the quartering. But now you use it this way. Well, I'm sorry that my kid takes precedent over the quartering drama. Okay, but so just the quartering drama? Just the quartering drama. What about everything else you talk about? How do you get anything done? If you're making it out like a 2-year-old you can't do anything with. You could barely do anything. You can't watch anything, do anything. A 2-year-old? Do you know? So do I, bro, man, so do I. I can't stand that. So wait a minute. I've had a 2-year-old. Okay. I've had a 2-year-old. 2-year-olds. Yeah, the terrible 2s thing, which to be honest, I think is more like a terrible 3 thing. But I didn't really have the terrible 2s for mine. Well, maybe P. I don't remember. But anyway, you can find time. Okay? You can find time. The child will sleep. they'll be it's more terrible 3. Yep. See? That's what, to me, it was definitely the terrible 3. It was like coming out of the 2 when they were the worst. 2 wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but you're choosing to work, and your work is to be free speech. And then
My job is to be a mother. I stream to make diaper money. And again, I already said I dropped the ball. I don't know how many times I have to say that.
You said you're bullied into it. That's the thing, Chrissy. I'm trying to point out to you that it feels inconsistent. You're saying, hey, I dropped the ball, but hey, I'm also being bullied into in the hostile chat, and then it feels like victimization, which is what Jeremy's been doing this whole time, which is why he had to delete his Twitter account today and run away.
I think Melonie shrugged off a lot of that chat onto you, and I think you were trying to be a friend, but also like the chat was ambushing her for a reason.
Yeah, 3 is definitely the one where they start their personality. Their personality starts to show a little bit of who and they get a little rebellious around the 3 mark. Okay, that's when it becomes what it is. It's not really the 2s, right? That's how I feel. Biz, how you feeling?
Sleepy.
How do you feel about all of this? Did you watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched part of it on Ames' stream yesterday.
Yeah. So you would agree with me that the 3 is probably worse than 2.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why I thought it was funny when you said it just now, because I always used to say that.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it was for all mine. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. Yeah. So at 2 years old, I'm sure you can find time to watch a video or 2. I'm sure of it. Almost sure of it. If your job is only to be online, I'm sorry, your job is to now be online. You have to be doing that. Find time. If I can look into all this and I work a full-time job, have 3 kids, and then work also after work, I feel like I can, I don't know. I think anybody can find time.
That's what I was just about to say. I was just about to say that. I mean, you work full time, starting at like 3 to 5 in the morning. You work all day. You have 3 kids. You sometimes work after work, have a girlfriend. You have this big full schedule, and you still have time to research all these topics and stay up to date on everything.
And multiple cats. Can't forget the kitties. Definitely. Definitely can't forget the
fur
kitties.
babies.
Yes. So obviously, and I can still find time. You can find time. You can find time. There is, especially with a 2-year-old. Come
I
on.
was just about to say, especially with, doesn't she just have one?
I'm assuming, because she's only saying my kid, so I'm only assuming. You have 1 2-year-old that's going to take a nap eventually. I'm telling you. You're not about to say that this kid is up 24/7. Don't even know how to sleep. No, absolutely not. Where's the dad? Ooh, I don't know.
And the reaction.
Well, he's around. He's around.
He's on the show a lot.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah.
her producer.
Well, what I was gonna say was, because when Brittany and Chrissie were talking about it, and Brittany's gonna bring up in this stream at some point that when she pretends to not see her message, even though it came up red, which are so dumb. If you're gonna avoid people's messages, turn off that feature so they don't see it. Why do you want them to see that you ignored them? I never understood that, but that's besides the point. So she's gonna bring up that it showed that you read it after you were saying you didn't read it. And then apparently she tried to say that it might have been her husband. And then her husband came out and said, no, I wasn't even around. I was taking care of the kid. So she tried to use that as well. All of this just because you didn't want to press Melonie when she was up there. Wow.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. Her husband's like her producer of her show. So even if she didn't have the time to see it or whatever, her husband definitely would.
Yeah. What if she already knew about the drama before talking to Melonie? Oh, I know, Zash. Oh, I know. We watched it. Oh, she knew. That's the funny thing. Already knew. Been known 2 weeks prior.
Like, despite the intent, which I've known you long enough to believe that there wasn't a bad intention there, but what the appearance of that was that you were trying to make sure that she didn't have to take the heat, and what that did was pass it off to you. And whether or not she intended for that to happen, we'll live in a world where she wasn't being malicious, but like I think there's argument for the other end of that.
Oh yeah, Melanie should have known that would have happened for sure.
She knew. I'm going to sit down on that. Melanie would have known that.
She called it out and said it would happen. She said it multiple times in the stream. Of course she knew it was going to happen. She's not dumb.
That drama would have followed her into that chat, despite how long in advance you had planned this. This was reason she knew it was going to happen. She knew it was all over the internet. This has been trending for months. And like I said, I don't know. Her whole argument about like, oh, I don't have to mention it goes out the window when you hear the things that the quartering is willing to go on live and say about her. So he's allowed to talk all the shit he wants about the people on his network. He's allowed to like, reflect on, oh, well, like we wouldn't be sexually compatible because I don't like her boobs. While she's on her honeymoon, she's not going to address that. Come on, give me a break. I think that.
So while she's on her honeymoon and he's married, that's apparently okay in the eyes of the Lord, apparently. In the eyes of the Lord, you're all right to do all that. You can cuck around, you can judge others, and be very vain, apparently. That's all good and dandy in the eyes of the Lord. I guess the rules have changed. I didn't know that.
The same reason people had quartering under fire for the bull and cuck stuff, because why are you bringing a swinger around your wife when you're branding off of being a Christian too? His co-host a Christian, Melonie, very, very much online talking about Christianity.
So Chrissie, when you're answering the chats for her, like I said, despite your intention, that's what's happening. That's what people are seeing.
I was so overwhelmed by the chat and I froze, and my instinct was to like protect my friend. And looking back,
102,000 subscribers, and I don't want to hear about anything about you being overwhelmed by a chat ever. I don't care about how many people are there. All right, I could care less. All right. I do not want to hear about it. You knew what was going to happen. You thought it wasn't going to be that bad, and you went for it. Let's not pretend that you now don't know at all. I swear to God, every pause, this girl, Kimberly, has the worst faces. And I look down and I see her, like last time, her tongue was all twisty. Now her mouth's open. She's looking for a peen now, all of a sudden. I don't want to hear nothing about you now don't know about how the internet works. Please stop. Please stop. You've been around long enough. All right? You've been around long enough. And let's not pretend that you don't know what hate is being part of compound media. All right? Please tell me. What was your first time experiencing it? Even though you worked under Kumia? Shut up.
Not to mention the drama she had with Ethan Ralph, where he was literally
flipping out on
her, cussing her out on live, and she just kind of like stood there not knowing what to do.
Yeah, all right. I watched that today. She looks like Long Legs. That is so funny.
Oh my God.
Shout out Long Legs. I like that movie. I don't know why people hate it. I loved it. I like Long Legs. I like the girl too. That was like so bland and monotone. I love it. I love it.
I now feel stupid because she probably expected all of that, where I was not expecting 1,000 oranges. I was not expecting 1,000 brooms. And
she might have thought you were okay with it.
Oh, the emojis got her. The emojis made it flustered. She got scrambly.
I was about to say they made her scrambly.
She got no. The singing was great. I love the singing. Long Leg song was great. It's classic.
I don't know what's in Melanie's head, right?
Okay,
but
but I don't believe that for a second. I think it was really rude and really manipulative. And I think that a true friend, if we're on the other end of that, wouldn't just sit there and say nothing while the chat kept coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in. I think
she knew
that very much left you out to hang.
How could you not know, right? It's like because of how bad Jeremy has to lock everything down. So I definitely agree. Like,
oh, do we freeze?
Okay, sorry.
Has anybody tried to like have a stream with Melonie where this stuff is specifically called out, or a stream with Jeremy where this?
Do you think she would do that? I don't think she would do that stream. I think if somebody even in the news, like.
Did anybody have a stream? You just had her. You should have done this. Don't pass it on. Well, does anybody want to? It's not up to us. Of course, anybody wants to talk to her. She won't talk to people. Duh. Because of what? She did wrong, and she's with someone doing wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so. I really don't think she would. I think she would ignore it. I think she would. And then she, like I said, I think she knew that if she came on this chat, that stuff would follow her here, and she knew that you were a loyal friend. And I think that was extremely manipulative on her part. And I stand by that because fundamentally, it's like, okay, I actually know you like IRL too for a large extent. We spoke for a long time. We've shared a lot of personal stuff together. And do I think that you are a person at the end of the day with malicious intention? Absolutely not. Do we all fumble and do things that are come off wrong? And like you can add 100 pieces together and try to make it whatever it is. But I don't think the intention or the root of your intention has ever been malicious towards anyone. And I think that Melonie knew coming in, people were going to flood the chat, and she knew that you were a person who would be willing to stand up for her. And then when Isaac kept getting worse, she was just sitting there like,
And my
yeah,
she-
how
she
was
should
your
have
weekend?
said
I don't work for the quartering. I don't know what that means. Like, don't make me take out my triangle. I brought it.
And in that moment, I thought, well, it seems like she has explained
got one
everything
too.
she has to explain. It seems like she's talking.
Maybe we should bring up. These women look dumb with giant headphones on. Tavares, what's popping, baby? You know what? I should bring back the gong. I don't know if I still have the gong. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring back the gong.
About this all she wants to, and then I was like, oh, I guess I'm. So if it looked like I'm trying to speed through, I was trying to wrap up, and there's so many super chats, and I was like, I was really overwhelmed, and I froze, and I didn't want her to get upset.
Like nothing.
Who cares about her? Who cares about what her feelings are? Who cares?
And also,
as
I
much
can
as
tell
I
this is
blame-
stressing to you right now. Like, I can tell that this is something that's actually weighing on your mind. And if it was really just about superficial nonsense, it wouldn't weigh on your mind. So, like, I'm just, you know, maybe I'm the pregnant woman trying to appeal to emotion, but the fact of the matter is, like, were mistakes made? Sure, that's absolutely the case. Melonie is being extremely manipulative. Jeremy has been caught doing, just saying and doing disgusting things.
on.
And it's not like that's changed. It's not like, oh, well, it's post conversion. After conversion, you're still talking about your co-host boobs and why that makes her unfuckable. So, excuse me, I'm not. It's just like we're not buying it.
True.
And everybody, and she is directly covering for that. And she's saying, well, I don't have to comment. I don't have to comment. Like, you know, maybe on some of this stuff, the network you're working with, like, maybe you should have something to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while you're right that she
I
definitely
couldn't
has some accountability, like there's still responsibility on Chrissie too, though, as a host to research, and especially when there's a red flag that pops up. And yeah, Chrissie's saying she didn't do it perfectly, but like there's so many things along the way, which is like, you know, Nina tells you right before you have Melonie on, then there's a bunch of hours between that. You know, you're informed 2 weeks prior. So it's like it's your responsibility as a host, even if you're busy with your child. And of course you're a mother first. But like at the end of the day, the chat's still giving you money, whether you want to say it's your job or not. They're the ones still giving you money as a free speech platform. So to have Melonie on and she's covering for Jeremy and him deplatforming people.
And that's what is so crazy is what they are big on. And what they do makes it 10 times worse. The people that are crying about being deplatformed and silenced are the ones that are all trying to evade speaking about the fact that one of their own is doing everything that they don't like and they grift. And if I was one of them, and this is another thing, like, well, this is kind of a side. Yeah, forget it. It's not even a point because I'm going to get off on a tangent if I bring it up. But it's like, you have to say something. You have to say something. If you're going to be here, I look at it like, you might not want to do it. There has been many times, I'm sure, and Biz will tell you, where I'm like, I really don't want to speak about this, but I have no choice. I've literally said those. I really don't want to talk about this.
True. That's happened quite a few times before.
I don't want to talk about it. But I have absolutely no choice. Because of what position I've placed myself in all of this. That now I have to talk about it all. If I'm judging others and people are there's ramifications for when I speak about people, then of course when it's something with me, I have to do it. Do I like to? No. Do I enjoy it? No, I don't. But what am I supposed to do? I can't just let it slide. The easier thing would have been, hey, man, just stay out of it and don't give your opinion on anything. Then I can do whatever I feel like. I'm not judging anybody else. But I picked the lane where I have to do this. I think what would the latest one be? What do you think? Vig, maybe?
No, the latest one, you just said it 2 days ago. You don't remember?
No, type it to me. I don't remember.
Because you said those exact words to me literally 2 days ago on the phone.
Did I
Look, I just said it.
Oh, yeah.
You
If
just said,
something,
I really
yeah.
don't want
Yeah,
to talk about this, but I feel like I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, if it blew up. Yeah. That's why I wasn't thinking of it. Yeah, because like nothing came of it. But yes. Prime example. Yes. I be saying it. Like I did obviously we were all cool with him. Obviously, I wish it didn't happen the way it did. I wish he didn't do what he did. But there's no way I could never speak about it. Like, I would be insane.
Oh, no way.
Like, what?
No way. Because imagine if you didn't speak about it
And
and
it
then it
came out
ended
by
up
someone else?
getting out. Yeah.
Mhm.
You'd look like you were protecting him.
Yeah. Yeah. Of
When it was
course.
anything but that.
Even though they do say that I knew the whole time. Because
Well,
of,
yeah, of course. We knew they were
because
going to do that no matter what.
yeah, because I came out and said it. Now it's,
Yeah.
oh, he must have known.
That was unavoidable. Yeah.
Because, you know, and it just shows me that these people aren't that way. That they're like, oh, I'd rather just cover it up and not speak about it. No, you got to speak about it. As soon as I find out, we're out. We got to. And yeah, sometimes I will say, yeah, I don't really want to do it. But I have no choice. I have no choice.
It's not good. And it's not good to say that you're bullied into this and that the chat's hostile because it's valid criticism.
But who would care that much about Vega to talk about him? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, it was very hostile.
So I want to know who's bullying you.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
not
very-
having.
very,
I
very
would have maybe
shitty
leaned on
and
Melonie more to answer the questions too.
I'm sure people in there were incendiary, but it makes it seem like victimization. So I want to know who is bullying. Who is bullying you to do this? Because you opened with, "Hey, I'm being bullied," into this, and it makes it seem like everything else you say is not legitimate.
I don't know.
If you're talking about like his audience and shit, yeah, but I don't even. Well, he hasn't been live since. I'm actually. Oh, who would try? Oh, probably nothing. Nobody. I mean, I'm sure if all of that happened somewhere else, it would still never have came out. I almost guarantee it. But he picked a terrible person to be around. Clearly, he picked the wrong one.
I know. That made no sense.
He picked the
All
wrong
people,
one.
you.
Yeah, I'm the most non-tolerable of all that shit. You picked
Yeah.
the wrong one.
From what I see on Twitter, there's very much a call for me to talk about this stuff. Are you kidding me?
Well,
Can you imagine if I didn't-
that's
can you
not
imagine if I
bullying,
didn't talk
though.
about it? Can you imagine if I just like
No, that happened after you just cleaned it up. Or tried to clean it up with Melonie. Now they're like, yeah, you got to talk about it. Of course you do.
didn't bring this up? How bad that would
But
be?
that just sounds like you're doing it to just do
yeah,
it instead of doing
I-
it because
I
you
was
realize
never-
there's an
I
error
was
in what you
never-
did, that you're informed about it.
I was never wanting to talk about the quarterings drama.
But that conflicts with your brand, your free speech. You profit off
Why
of
are you
being free
telling me
speech,
what
and you
my
have to
brand
be
is? Brittany, I'm just trying to explain that I had Melonie on
Well,
to talk
correct me if I'm
about
wrong.
her conversion, and I had her on to talk about her wedding. What does that have to do with Jeremy's drama? It's Melonie
because
has
she
not
co-signed
guaranteed her.
deplatforming.
But I
And you were
didn't
told
know
this by Nina.
co-signing. Like it's almost like you're not listening to what I'm saying. I didn't know Melonie.
I am.
Of course, after the fact, this is all coming together. But when I was going into that interview with Melonie, I didn't know she was co-signing the deep.
They literally brought up Melonie's name in the thing with her, by the way. It's just easy to say, oh, I don't remember anything. I blacked out because, of course, so you can minimize. You don't have to take total accountability. Oh, it knows without a shadow of a doubt, Melonie's involved.
Platforming. I didn't know if she was encouraging it or saying it was okay. I didn't think his mistakes had anything to do with her.
Right, but it was trending for 3 weeks. You have multiple
Again,
red flags. You have to take
Again,
time
I'm
out to
not as
research it.
online as I was 2 years ago. I don't wish I vaccinated my kid and put him in daycare. Yeah, I'd have a ton more time, but then he'd be having myocarditis and possibly dying in daycare. So
Who says that?
What?
Who says that?
What the hell?
She says she can't pay attention to anything because she would have to vaccinate her kid and put her in daycare. 2 years ago would have been 2024. What are you talking about?
So you know what? This is why you called me to have me come up here to commentate on this. You needed a white woman's opinion on all this white woman drama. That's why you called me.
Of course. I need you to try to make me understand the cope of a white. All right? The white cope is insane. I wish I could have put my kid in school. Actually, no, I'm glad I didn't, because she would have, or he, or whatever, would have had to get the vaccine and die. In 2024, let's just say late 23. All right. What are you talking about?
I think, wait, doesn't she mean vaccines like in general? Because I don't think she vaccinates her kid at all.
Oh, I thought she was talking about the vaccine.
Oh, I might be wrong. I could have sworn on another show she was talking about like her
Hey, you
kid
might
having
be
to be
right.
like homeschooled or something because she doesn't vaccinate.
You
I might
be
be
right.
wrong.
You might be right. I thought she was talking about the vaccine.
Oh.
Really sorry, I
well,
didn't have as much.
I don't think that's really. Is that a thing? That like kids as little as 2
Two getting the vaccine?
have to get that COVID
No,
vax?
no, I don't think so.
That's why I thought she meant. That's why I always thought she meant her kid was totally unvaccinated. Oh
No,
yeah, see, they're saying she's an anti-vaxxer. Yeah, so I was right.
Oh my God. So any vaccine, even like the
That's
flu
I always
vaccine,
thought she was against that
the
because I remember her
measles.
saying one time he couldn't go to school because she doesn't vax.
Okay. Like getting measles shot is all right. Listen. You're talking to one of the people, you're talking to a fella, nigga, that was never getting the COVID vaccine. All right. I was never doing it. And it had nothing to do with left and right. It had to do with anything that is whipped up in 20 minutes. I'm not just going to blast into my bloodstream. Sorry.
Me too.
I'm not with it. It has nothing to do with my political nothing. It's the fact of things that take 5 years to perfect and they've done it in 2 months. Yeah. I'm not about to be your test rat. Okay. I'm
That's
good.
why I didn't do it either. It had nothing to do with politics. Something that was rushed through that quick, through all the FDA approvals and all that. Yeah. I didn't want to be the experiment.
No. Yeah, I wasn't doing that. I was good. No, I'm being I'm being extra. All right. I'm saying though, it took way too quick. If you look at like for human trials and all, it's not done.
Most vaccines like that take years upon
5
years.
to 10 years.
Yes.
They're not done within a year. All right.
No, they have
Absolutely
to give when they do test trials for this, they have to give enough time to make sure there's no long-term side effects. So this stuff normally takes years.
And they did this in a year. So obviously, I wasn't about to blast that in my bloodstream. It had nothing to do with left and right. I am never doing it. I am absolutely not doing it. So, but everything else, like for school-wise, yeah, I don't have a problem with. I don't take the flu shot. That's just me. But everything else, yeah, I don't see the big deal in it.
Much time to do internet research before interviewing my friend about my conversion and her.
So I'm pretty sure the vaccines that are needed for schooling that most people get when they go to public school. I mean, there's not like 6 people in public school. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure
No,
they'll be all right.
it's straight up irresponsible
Yeah.
not to vax your kid for the basic vaccines. Like an MMR vaccine, like mumps, measles, rubella. Why would you not get that for your kid?
It's nothing.
Why?
Nothing's going to happen. You'll be all right.
But do you see how that sounds like a lack of accountability? Because it's like, well, I'm just here because I had to be. That's how it comes across.
No, I have this show every Sunday at 9:00, and this is the drama that came up for me this week. So of course I have to address it on my show.
Well, yeah, because it is about platforming, and unfortunately, Kino Casino can't be here to address it because Jeremy removed them, and as well as flagging other people and your co-host. He came for your co-host as well from FN.
But you didn't say any of that. Oh, I hope he gets his channel back. Why didn't you tell that to Melonie? Because she said it was all fake, and you just rolled with it and said, yeah, I can't believe they're lying on you. Like, you didn't. Where was it then? You didn't bring up anything then.
Yeah, I hope everybody who had their channels taken down by him gets them back. That's really messed up, and that's not cool.
Well, it seems
I think
when you have Melonie on and she's sweeping for it by not acknowledging it repeatedly, and you say, well, hey, I'm not here to talk about that with Melonie. Well,
yeah. And that's just me. It has nothing, like I said, nothing about the politics. All right. I don't care about that. They don't dictate anything about how I think ever. That's why I don't even care what's going on. This was literally like, however, hey, Dami, what's popping? However, it happened, like modified or not, it was way too quick for my liking. That's all.
Not only that too, but I had already gotten COVID pretty early and it wasn't bad for me. So I was like, why would I get the vax when it wasn't even bad for me?
I've gotten COVID about 10 times. I'm like God of COVID. All right. I got the primo COVID. All right. I went to Florida in 2020. All right. I went to the plug and got it. All right. Back when it was like you would thought I was smuggling kilos back to get home about going on the plane. All right. With the vitiligo. You probably had to improve your immune system. Word, you know what? I have. But I've gotten it. Like I get it all the time. I'm literally attracted to it. Me and COVID are like, we're boys. He'd be like, yo, welcome back. I'll be like, yo, cuz, what up? We dap each other up. I like
It's true. You're the only person I know who's still getting it like twice a year.
I'm outside. All right. I'm outside. Top right looks like a man. Yo, hey. What? Oh my God. That girl don't say nothing either the whole time.
Yeah, I was about to say. She clearly don't want to say anything.
She doesn't know anything. She'll speak later, and she's like, "Yeah, I was just here because it's my first Mother's Day."
Oh my God.
How it turned out, and it's a conflict of interest because you're having someone that's helping get.
But we're not gonna watch all this because they literally go on a big loop. I'm just waiting for her second come around because Brittany, which I will say, of course, Brittany is gonna eat off because she does a lot to just be noticed. So the first time where she's getting like talked about a lot, people are paying attention a lot. Of course, she's gonna be in the mix, right? Of course, this is what she lives for. So that's why we're not gonna watch the whole thing because she does start just to carry it on and keep going and going and going. It's
Brittany?
Yeah, Brittany.
Yeah, that's the one thing that bothers me about Brittany is you're right. She always has to be in the mix. Always, every time.
I'm not saying she doesn't cook. She cooks, but
sometimes
she cooks. She cooks. She does. She's got to be in the mix.
People that you know, me.
How is that an L take? Well, I don't know if he's talking to me or you. Oh, he's talking to us. Brittany is not. I don't have a problem with Brittany. I don't have a problem. I'm just saying she loops though.
Your co-host, other people, she's co-signing them getting the platform, and for all we know, this stream could go down too because of it.
Well,
So
she was pretending also that like there's no like every mention of him possibly being involved in the flagging was like a conspiracy theory, you know, like likened to the SJWs spreading lies to get people deplatformed, and that was just not the case. He was like openly bragging about how people were gonna feel his wrath, you know, and that's especially if you don't understand that context fully, or if you don't like see that happening in real time.
Well, here's the thing. Chrissie's point of contention with that is that, well, she didn't know that Melonie was connected with that. But my point of contention with that is that
I love Judge Mathis, bro. I watch Judge Mathis more than any of this stuff, to be honest. It's a fact.
And it's not about like paying for the sins of friends. Melonie herself did something wrong as a content creator that is supposed to be pro free speech, and by platforming her and her sweeping under the rug and it not being pressed because you didn't press her on it despite Nina giving you information on him deplatforming. So that's what needs to be acknowledged. And it just feels like it keeps turning into like my toddler, which of course Chrissie is a mom and she should prioritize that. But you know, it comes to a point where it's like, okay, well, you have to pick a lane. If you can do the job, then do the job when you need to press someone about deplatforming, because otherwise it turns into this. And I think that needs to be acknowledged instead of.
Okay, I hear you saying that my job.
Ghost, you're gonna talk like that fat pig Amber Lynn, huh? Point blank purr.
Job that night, Brittany, was to talk to Melonie about my conversion and her wedding and Catholic stuff. My job that night was not to press her on the quartering because I did not link her with the quartering's drama. If that makes sense.
Nah, I don't ride with Joe Brown. Joe Brown disrespected Mathis' wife, and Mathis pulled a real gangster move. He said he got killers all around the country that'll slide for him. So I'm rolling with Mathis.
Also, like, if she didn't say anything about like how she thought
your job is to research, though, especially about the platform.
I think I just explained how I didn't have time to research.
Well,
and I have a lot going on.
Melonie can be disingenuous.
Melonie should have said.
Melonie can be disingenuous. We agree she didn't handle it right, but the responsibility isn't all on only Melonie. This is Chrissie's show, and she had Melonie on. People are super chatting, and then there comes the thing about me joining to give some pushback. Chrissie was open to it seemingly, and then she said, "Well, hey, like Brittany sent me a reply too late, but I don't." And she said in the intro here too that by that time, you know, she wants to wrap it up. But I think 40 minutes is more than enough time for. If she wants
Oh well, actually, she's gonna respond right away.
to have me on.
You're looking at that as a Monday morning quarterback. You can now look at the end of the stream and go, wow, I messaged her, and then the show went on for 40 minutes. But I didn't know how long the show was going to go on for. I was trying to wrap it up, and I was like, holy crap.
Well, you're the host.
And then
okay, you know how stupid of a comment that is? There's been times where it's running past. Okay, it's happened, right? But if it's running past, then I'm going to bring you on at that point. Especially if someone's asking to come up, double O shit, what up? It's supposed to come, is coming up and wants to talk, that we've been waiting for, by the way, because she was like, I was checking my phone the whole time. I was checking my phone the whole time. I was checking my phone the whole time. You could have just brought her up then. Be like, all right, we're still going. Let me bring her up. If we're 15 minutes in, I think that's what she meant. That kid can't go to public school. Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
she.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah. We figured. That she's totally not vaxxed, which I think is just retarded and harmful. But that's what's just me.
Took that much longer to finish.
You're the host,
So,
though.
of course, I'm just trying to explain to you.
But that you could have brought her on. You didn't want to bring her on because you knew it was going to happen. Now, do I think the stream would have been only 40 minutes? No. No. I feel like you didn't want Melonie to feel uncomfortable because you even bring it up in here that you didn't want Melonie to be uncomfortable. So that's the real reason why you didn't want to bring her up.
Like in your mind, you thought there was enough time to come on. In my mind, it was late. I was trying to wrap it up. I was not trying to ambush. I was not trying to gotcha. And hold on, let me not ignore the chat because I did that last time. Kentucky Tim, thank you for the super chat. Brittany needs to mind her own business.
Let me not ignore the chat. And this literally hates on everyone but her.
Mel Biz is her own. Chrissie's is her own troublemaking middle schooler mentality by both Kim and Britt. Friends stand behind each other without pulling knives. Shame on both of you. Thank you, Tim.
No, they don't. Friends don't do that. Friends check each other and make sure you're not acting stupid.
Friends make sure that they keep each other not doing immoral things. And
Yeah, friends hold each other accountable. So, like,
yeah,
you know.
and
I
I Melanie
appreciate-
hasn't done, for example, and that's why people are mad.
I appreciate it. And I've sent, I talked to
Look at Cherry's eyes
Yeah.
getting wide. She is so confused. What?
She didn't even say thank you for that $50. Like,
I know, right?
Brittany before
Because
this
she only used it to shit on him.
stream. I sent Nina a long message. I sent Campbell a message saying like, hey, I'm
Yep,
thank you
TJ,
for
you're
essentially
right,
being
yep.
a good friend and calling me
Because
out. Because if they
someone
hadn't done that,
super chatted
I
me
wouldn't have had the
$50.
perspective and clarity.
if I was a streamer, I would be like excited and be like, oh my God, thank you. I appreciate that so much. You don't even say thank you.
Nothing. I would have been hitting all the buttons. All right, I've been hitting all the buttons. Speaking of which, Ozzy with the $9.99. Let's go. Didn't know you had these again. Oh yeah, we are back outside, baby. We just need to. By the way, subscribe to the boy. All right. Apparently, I needed 1,000 to get the gang onlys back. I had no clue. I fucked up royally. It wasn't like this in my time. All right, this all new tier system, right? Not back in my day, you just had to get 1,000. All right, I didn't know that back in my day. I didn't have no clue that there was tiers. All right, I wasn't like that when I was growing up back in my day.
Yeah, Sly doesn't like to ask for stuff, but get him to 1,000. Get him to 1,000. We need the memberships back.
Yeah, and you know I'm not gonna ask too much. You know what I mean? Back in the day,
That's
it was
what
just,
I said. I'll ask for you.
yeah, TJ, right. Back then it was just 4,000 watch time and 1,000 subs. There wasn't this 500, 3,000. I didn't even know what that was looking at it. Because when I got it mad long ago, I didn't know. The people want Swirl World, right? Well, that's coming, by the way, Saturday.
Clarity coming into the stream that I have. I really do appreciate that because
Saturday night, this Saturday will be Swirl World return.
and a true friend does call you out and say, hey, like I know you're going through a lot of shit, but this is what people are saying and thinking. So I do appreciate
hold on. What are you going through? Because if you're bringing up your dad, that was 3 years ago. I'm not saying you can't be upset about it, but going through it and what, having a kid is going through things? I'm lost here.
that. Hydra cool.
No, it's going to be here, bro. It's going to be right here. We're going to do it right here. Because what we're covering is a major thing going on, but it just so happens to be swirl related. All right? That's all we're going to say. All right? But you'll be happy, Marco. Trust me. Honey Jama, appreciate it. My brother 5 gave me a nice little pear saying keep it up. I know, he's working out. He's trying to get big.
Will
and you're free to do whatever you want with the super chat. They're saying to each their own. You're free to do it, of course. But like, here's the thing: people can also choose to give money or not if they see someone that's for free speech fighting for it, and then they are platforming someone who is supporting that, and then not giving pushback when they know that the quartering her boss is going after me and your co-host, and it just feels it feels dishonest. That's why people have this criticism. It's not about like, oh, the sins of somebody else or having Melonie on. It's the fact that there is no pushback, and the Kino Casino can't even fight back their own battle.
And I understand why people wanted the pushback. First time super chatting anyone, let alone anyone on FNT. Out of all the gay drama on FNT, this is by far the gayest. Chrissy didn't do anything wrong. It's my responsibility to keep up with everyone's brain dead drama. This isn't a cult. First of all, yes, it is my responsibility to keep up with everyone's brain dead drama. Thank you, though. Sato.
Well, this isn't brain dead.
You see what I mean? Do you see the little smart aleck? You see that? You see that? Oh, well, I guess it is my job to keep up with all the drama.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Let's feel bad for you.
drama. This is about platform. I don't like that dismissal. This is about deplatforming. Like, this isn't just brain dead drama. Of course, I know the quartering's brain dead, but
yeah, saying you're literally, because it wasn't even just that they got flagged. It was his entire thing about, like, I'm going to take everything that you have. Like, excuse me, who the fuck are you?
That is a
horrible
threat. Zato.
So is this brain dead drama?
Andy Worsley and his father. Retard friends shitting on people. That's the hill, Brittany. Thank you, Zato. And again, I'm not gonna
quite the super chat choose to read, but I need to know: is this considered brain dead drama, or is it, hey, like there's a legitimate thing about platforming and not just deplatforming whoever criticizes?
Platforming is not okay. People are allowed to criticize. You know, it's a
yo, Rack. I'm so calling Brittany black is really starting to piss me off.
I've never said that deplatforming is good.
She calls herself a quadroon.
I know about her. I'm black. No,
but it feels dismissive when you're reading the super chat and you're like, yeah, well,
I'm trying to get through them already. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this a whole show, and I do want to get through these, and I do feel like I went over a lot of this. Chad Wellington.
I also refer to it that way. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what he wrote. Chad Wellington, Melonie is the epitome of the snake.
Well, she agreed with it. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to.
She will drag you down if you really have become a Christian. Let Melonie be the example of what a false Christian
Ebony
looks like.
Snow Bunny.
So I have a question. What would you have done differently? Genuine question.
Oh, this is my favorite. What would you have done differently? Couldn't even think of it.
I think people want to know.
If I knew everything today, that if I could go back in time, you're saying?
Yeah. How would you have handled it? Because you said you don't regret having Melonie on. So what would you have done?
Fair question. I would have said, gosh, I would say, do you feel like the fact that you are an employee of Jeremy's keeps you from being, or I don't know, do you think it's a conflict of interests? Because knowing that all this drama.
She couldn't even say it. No, say what you were gonna say. Is being working with cornering keeping you from being honest and truthful? Oh, that sounds too bad. Let me try to clean that up.
I would say, do you feel like the fact that you are an employee of Jeremy's keeps you from being, or honest? I don't know, do you think it's a conflict of interests?
Real?
Because knowing that all this drama is going on and he's your boss, do you feel like that keeps you from honestly criticizing or commenting on what's going on? I think I would.
What kind of question is that? Of course it is. Why would you ask that? She's not answering anything you're asking her, even avoiding it during the live. Of course it's because she's friends with him. Of course it's because he employs her. Why would you ask such a stupid question? That's not even what she wants you to do. She wants you to handle the situation differently, not ask one stupid question. Hey, when you look outside and it's a nice sunny day, is the sky blue to you, or is it green? What is it?
I would point to the fact that, like, hey, like, there is money involved here. You're on the payroll, and we see you also not being, calling this out, or like, yeah, if I had these tweets of like, here you are supporting it, here you are laughing this off, here you are, do you feel like this reaction has anything to do with the fact that you work for him?
Like, you would have said this publicly with her, or like in private?
How I would do the interview differently.
So I'm asking how you did it in general differently.
Yeah, I would have mentioned, like, yeah, you're an employee, and do you think that affects your ability to comment on this?
Wow. Yeah, it would have been a totally different outcome. I'm sure. This would have cleaned it right up asking that one question. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is why. Once a white gets old, you cast them aside. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm hanging out.
I was kidding. I only said that on purpose. Because you always said that. That's why you traded in an upgrade to a newer version.
I know it's what you're gonna do to me.
I'm kidding. No, you are right. This is why you cast them aside. This is when you toss them out, because they're broken at this point. That question gives Melonie another excuse to use. It's the opposite of what people wanted. Right. She don't even know how to be real.
Yeah. I just, my point of contention here is just, I see this is on Twitter for 3 weeks, happening for 3 weeks. Chrissie, I know you said you're busy, but at the end of the day, this is.
Going. Venti is what you get when both your parents go out for cigarettes. Oh, so true. So true. When both your family goes out.
You're getting paid for this. It is your job. Being a mom's also your job. And, people told you multiple times, you say, well, I would have done it differently if I knew. But to me, it seems like you did know, especially when you say, for example, hey, like, I can't have you on. I'm busy wrapping. I wanted to wrap this up. I don't want to ambush Melonie. Well, in a way, Melonie, like, is omitting things, and she's bringing all the chat stuff with her. So, I mean, it's questionable to call it an ambush, so I could understand. But, like, I'm normally just saying
I'm saying the style of having one guest on, which is what I normally do. I have one guest on, and I
Do you think Brittany has to have oval lenses because her eyes are so far apart? Like, the regular circles won't catch it? Like, it'll be like just splitting up half her eye?
Yeah, she got that hammerhead shark look.
Yeah. That's a bad look. Bad look.
one conversation.
When you got to flatten the circles out to reach the eyeball, you got a problem. Because I'm sure like the regular circles would just like only half of her eye would be showing. That'd be yuck. Oh, this girl, Cherry, looks like she took a blast at the best meth of all. I don't think she's blinked one time in the last hour.
She doesn't speak.
Nope.
With them. And
Her
it
time
just
is
goes back and
coming
forth like
soon.
this. And then to suddenly bring on a new guest that was not advertised, that was not part of the plan, that I consider to be like an ambush or like a gotcha. Like, surprise.
Okay, but who cares? If you're not doing it, have somebody else do it. That means that you have plausible deniability. Well, I didn't know any of this was going to happen. Well, how could you have known it was going to be an ambush if you don't even know the story? That's what you've been running with. You don't remember anything. You blacked it all out. As soon as it happened, you seized up and that memory was gone. So how would you know it would be an ambush?
Reaper said you're forever staring.
Yeah, and I knew he was going to do that. That's
You
why
don't
I set
blink.
it up. Yeah, he says I don't blink, but
How do you know,
Well, then
Reaper?
why
He's
on
always
stream
got the sunglasses on lately.
I be blinking.
Would you say, hey, like, I'm waiting for a text
I be blinking in my mind.
from Brittany, and then I text you, and it's 40
In
minutes,
your
and then on
mind.
my end, it says that you saw it by 11:40. It showed the scene receipt. And
Blink
so
it,
in my
dang.
perspective, you did see it, and there's all these other things showing that you saw it. And so it's like, it's either, hey, I just didn't want to because I didn't want to ambush her, or I genuinely didn't see it. And I saw the red receipt, and I showed that when I was talking to Nina because she was asking where am I? I'm like, well, she saw it.
I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you covered this so thoroughly. So it sounds like you're like, maybe sounds like you're getting defensive. You don't feel defensive at all. Again, nobody should be.
Well, I feel
like,
lied to,
giving you
Chrissy.
crap.
So I am, because I feel lied to. I feel like I'm being told that, hey, well, one thing, I didn't just didn't want to have you on. Then the other is, oh, well, I didn't see it. But like, I saw the red receipt by like 11:40, and I had messaged Nina about it, and I showed this on stream as well.
I was trying to wrap the stream up again. Like, I try to not go more than 90 minutes on my interviews. I just think like,
Right,
and at
but
that
which
point,
is
like
it? Is it
after
that you
the
didn't
time,
see
I was
it?
like, it's late, and I think that makes sense.
But is it that you didn't see it, or that you didn't want Melonie to feel ambushed? Because it's like, it says you saw it, and Frank said it wasn't him that opened the message. He was busy upstairs with your toddler when we were talking on the phone. So I feel lied to, especially after seeing the Nina stuff. And then I'm getting done off the phone with you, and you're saying like, well, thank you for explaining to me, but you knew a lot of this stuff already. And I just feel like this is somebody who's worked with you so long, and I don't feel like you're taking accountability.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, Brittany. Again, like how I handled the stream poorly is no reflection on you. And
Didn't answer not one question. That's what we call the biz spin. Where you say something direct, right? And they pick on a word and spin them ways out of it, right? That's the biz spin, all right? That's what. Now you got to be close because biz can tie you up, all right? And you might have to go on. Oh my God, you're a pro. I'll say something very specific. You will literally take a. Nah, I'm not gonna say it's no bunny. That's why I didn't. I changed it. It's not a bunny tactic. This is just the biz tactic, the biz spin. Right? We'll take a word, spin our way out of that one. Right? You spun off.
Like how? Give me an example. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh God, how am I supposed to give an example?
Because you said apparently it happens so much. You had to name it after me. I'm sure you could think of one thing.
I could think of a whole paragraph. No, because that means no. I would have to speak. I would have to if I had an accusation against me, and I sent you a paragraph in it, right? I have to be very careful. Oh, Colin, trust me, I've been on this road. I would have to be very careful as to how I'm going to word it, because if I say something, it gives you an out to avoid the conversation we're having. And you can take one sentence and
I know what
build
you're
a
saying.
new conversation off of it.
Yeah, I know what you're
And
saying.
when I
Yeah,
want
when
a
you'll say
specific
like a big
question,
paragraph and I just address one thing and you say I ignore the rest.
yeah, the spin. You've spun out of the main focus to just
Because
pick a word out and then only answer that.
No, it's because sometimes like you'll text like a paragraph and one of the sentences will be like a complete lie. So of course I have to address that. That's why.
I don't know. Oh, oh my
So
God.
of course the rest has to go on hold while I address that one thing you said that was wrong. Yeah.
But you don't come back to it at all. Ever.
Well, sometimes I'll purposely not address the rest if it's something I've already addressed like a bunch of times before. Because I'm like, I'm just going to repeat myself again. So what's the point?
Cope. All right, let's continue.
I'm even just
Well,
doing this.
as we discussed, you kind of framed it that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you got hurt. I'm sorry if like I explained to you on the
Y'all
phone.
want to know what the sly spins are?
This is a real shitstorm, and I stepped in a real pile of shit, and it's been a really bad week for me, and I'm it seems like a lot of people have sort of been like caught in the crossfires of this, so
you're not really responding to what I'm saying. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm asking you, like, hey, then why was there a red receipt by like 11:40 if you didn't see it? And I'm not getting, like, as somebody who went like, okay, let's try to resolve this. Like, I need honesty, and I'm asking you, why are you saying you didn't see it, but there was the red receipt?
Yeah, I'm sorry you feel hurt by that. I think it was just too late in the stream. I was trying to wrap it up, and
so did you see it, yes or no? That's what I want to know. To be honest,
I didn't want her to feel ambushed.
So you did see it.
By the time I was wrapping the stream.
Marco wants live DV.
So yeah.
Okay. So because I need honesty to like have the conversation. So
I know.
So she saw it. My problem is it makes me look bad. She's saying I messaged her too late when there's 40 minutes.
You don't. I'm sorry if you feel like my the way I'm sorry if my stream is making you look bad again. Like it's the whole point of even tonight's stream is for me to explain what was going on with me and how I dropped the ball. And I don't think it is. I'm sorry you were hurt by it. So I don't know how many times I have to apologize for you feeling, for you being
well, you lied. So there's that. So how can we proceed when I'm telling you that you saw it and I saw you saw it and then you claim you didn't see me asking for the link?
Brittany, I was looking for you to respond for a while and then I stopped looking because I was like, I should really focus on my guest. And then by the time I saw it was too late to bring you on. And even though you're like, well, it's 40 minutes later, I wasn't planning for it to go 40 minutes longer. I know that, after the fact, it looks like, oh, there was plenty of time to have me on. But at that time, I was trying to wrap it up. All right,
well, I don't appreciate being lied to, and it's like people are here; they want to hear your side of it. But you open saying I'm being bullied, and then it's like there's lies.
Well, I mean, it
comes across as victimization. I want to hear from Chrissie. I'm talking to her.
I'm not trying to say I'm a victim. I'm just trying to.
Then who's bullying you? You should clarify.
I'm just trying to explain what was going on at this time.
But who bullied you? You said you were bullied into this, and then
you are bullying me right.
What is this thing that you keep talking about goth girls? Why you keep? What is that? I've seen you say that like 4,000 times. What is going on?
All right. The other day,
is this the porn you sent him?
No, it's not porn. The other day, I was on TikTok and I saw this TikTok of this girl, and it was captioned "Your favorite goth girl," and it was a white girl with like one of the biggest BBLs I've ever seen, and she was a goth, and she said, "Your favorite goth girl." Reaper was in your server just talking about goth women. So I said, oh my God, Reaper, I just seen a goth I know you're going to love. And I sent him the TikTok, or one of her TikToks, not that one, but another one. I said, because it was funny, he had just been talking about goth girls, and then I see this girl come up on TikTok, your favorite goth girl, with this massive BBL, and I was like, oh my God, speaking of goths, I have this goth you're gonna love. Sent it to him, and he was like, oh my God, this is perfect to like kick off goth girl summer. That's all. It was not porn. You're lying about that. You're making that up. It was not porn. It was literally her in front of a mirror in jeans and a t-shirt. That's all. It got Reaper excited for Goth Girl Summer. That was it. She had a huge BBL.
I'm so pissed off.
Now by asking me the same
pissed
question
at
10
you.
times in a
You
row.
said it was porn.
Yeah, you keep doing that.
I feel like Campesino was bullied by being deplatformed by
Reaper
Jeremy,
was
and
of
then
course.
getting to lie on your stream, and then you
Sending him material to jerk to is sick.
lying about it.
No, it wasn't. She was in like a long sleeve black t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah,
What are you
and
talking
he's gonna.
about?
I just said what he's gonna jerk to is insane. You're producing jerk material.
Like, that doesn't sound
Reaper's a
genuine, Chrissie.
gooner?
When you're
Yeah, he does it on the phone and all that. Remember when he was jerking to the girl on the phone while he was like in the VC and he was got caught gooning live. Remember?
platforming Mel, who's denying that Courting even did this. How does that sound genuine? And then you're lying.
I did not associate Jeremy's fuck ups with Melonie.
But Nina literally told you.
Again, I feel like we've gone over this so many times.
But why am I to believe you if you already were lying about seeing the message in the first place? So you have to kind of prove what you're saying. I can't assume that you're telling the truth at this point. And I don't think I'm bullying you. I think that.
All right. You get the gist. Because they just said this is where we start going in a circle. It's like the third time I heard this. Oh. What the did you just send me, Ghost? What the hell is this? What is this?
Oh yeah, Marco, goth mommy tipster.
Oh my God. Let's see what this is.
Tippy's having a goth girl summer too.
Do you see this? Yes, he is. He's out here. Let's see this. What is this? Important announcement. Attention all Elmont Shinobi strikers. I don't even know what the fuck that means. It comes to my attention of a KF thread created on 7. He posts. Oh, it's his thread, and of course he posts you. Why is the obsession with you? I'll never understand. But where's the rest? Oh, read more. Duh. Oh,
Obsession with who? Ghosts?
in that thread on 7, there's also accusation that he is a lolicon. How many times are we going to do this? Raven, Vega, Salma, Ludwig, just another Matt. What? And Rick. And who knows who else? Leave the internet and never come back. Your time is running out of those denounces. What? Running out for those denounces. But I know your arrogant ass doesn't care if you get doxxed or if your family or Annabelle is involved.
Why does everyone spell my name wrong?
I don't know. You don't give a fuck, and now it's too late. Don't complain when your KF page gets made. You had plenty of chances. I pray that God has mercy on you and nothing IRL happens. To those from KF or other tractors of these DSP and LTG A-loggers, on my channel, there are videos, and in their descriptions are links to original videos if they are still on YouTube. Don't forget to give Ghost and Will a look over too. There's a gold mine here. My playlist. Y'all earned this huge L of L's. Can't wait for those documentaries in the future.
Wait,
and
who's
he
this?
That gooball retard. And he posted his own video of his own thread and thinks that this is an own. Oh, it doesn't matter where it is. Okay. Oh, it's on. He posted this on Chow. Yeah, you saw that.
It's on his YouTube post.
Yeah, this guy is so it's like Dargo or someone. It's one of those retards, and all they do all day is post videos of me, Ghost, and Will all day long. It's like Cotton 144. And he says, that you're going to have a hard time proving that I am a lolicon. Okay? Yeah. So I would love, actually, I'm really hoping a video gets made to show that I'm a lolicon.
Yeah, please. I want to see proof.
Oh, my
I'll
God.
Sly if he's a lolicon. I'll do it.
Yeah. And you know what? What I'll do, actually, how about this? You prove that I'm a lolicon, I will annihilate my whole family live for you.
I'll break up with him live on the spot. If you could give me irrefutable evidence that he is a lolicon, I'll break up with him live.
And I will burn my house down to the ground with everybody inside.
Jesus.
By the way, I'm a Benoit the crib for real. I will, just for you all, because clearly I've been lying this much. I will Benoit the crib up in flames. You guys can watch it live. And I'll be like, yup, he got me. And I'll toss the match behind. Have gas all behind me. I'll light a cigarette and flick it behind me. And boop, boop, everyone screaming and yelling.
Yeah, that's how we'll do it. No, yeah. Make the post or the video with the irrefutable proof, right? We'll go live and react to it. If it's actual irrefutable proof, I'll break up with Sly and he has to light a match, douse some gasoline behind him and just toss it behind his back live.
Yep. I'll Benoit the whole crib. It's just so fucking retarded. Half those people I expose, whatever. Whatever, man. I don't know. I love it. I like that idea. I'll give you the puffy code too. This is why I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know. This is why nobody takes you serious. I just want to when you guys do this, this is why it will never work.
Why does he even like anime? Why would he ever be a lolicon?
I hate anime. They all know now, but when I brought this up years ago, I don't like anime. They all laughed. They all clowned me because I said I like the Netflix Death Note, and it'll never work. How many times RTL been felted by his own kids? I mean, he deserves it. He fucking blinded. Yeah, right. Right. I am not one of them. You are going to have a hard time proving that I'm one of them. When I'm the one that anytime it comes out, it's probably me doing it. So, but whatever. All right, go ahead and prove I'm a lolicon.
That's what I said. We'll break up live, and he'll just throw the crib on fire.
There's nobody Photoshop and Slime GB watching the Guar video of YouTuber together.
Oh my god, that would be funny.
That's why you see it. How none like the people here. I'm like, oh my god, is that? Nope, it's never going to work. You have all literally been trying to push this whole narrative for the longest. It's never gonna work. Give it up. I love it. But yeah, I'll wait for the documentaries about the thread. Anyways, that's hilarious. What was I gonna say? Oh, the last thing what time is it? Okay, yeah. The last thing I want to show real quick is our boy finally spoke out. The last thing last bit. We'll cover the Dioro thing tomorrow because I have to save some stuff for tomorrow.
Please don't feel like.
So I'll just do that. We'll do that. The last thing I want to show you is that our boy Quartering actually came out and spoke out real quick with Melonie Mac during their stream, and it has come to our attention
Anthony, I'm rooting for you guys.
That he has quit drinking, smoking, and Twitter, even though he hasn't quit Twitter. But anyways, let's take a look. I know he's on all, which I knew was gonna happen.
Those gay trolls need to touch some grass. Hey, I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, all the
Melonie.
extra kind words, and when you watch the videos, taking a little extra time to make sure you leave a like on it, and that goes a long way. This two shot.
And by the way, I just want to let you know. Hold on, real quick. Let me do this as well. I am well aware of the. I'm well aware of that girl coming out speaking to Camelot, right? And the only reason I have three messages, actually, I'll show you right now. I'll pull up. It's because I'm not covering the whole thing. Is because when she spoke, it was a lot different than when she was typing to Camelot, right? That's what. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, hold on. Let me just. I'm gonna send you pictures. Just they're screenshots that are coming out. All right. If you don't know. Sydney Watson came out and spoke to Camelot about an ex-host of the Quartering came out and spoke to Camelot. Now, first he was just showing the actual conversations they were having, but then she jumped up and was speaking, and it really was just like business disagreement. So I don't really care about that too much. But there are some funny screenshots. He'd get drunk and randomly text me boobs or similar shit. He'd say weird crap during calls too, oddly sexual shit. I can't remember specifics, but I complained to my man about it because I was so weirded out, and I'd always be like, haha, righto, Jeremy, and try to get off the phone. I'm a massive prude. Hold on. Wait, where's the part? I'm a massive prude. I don't like sex talk. And then another one, weirded out. I don't want to share about it. So him being sexual was always really alarming to me, especially after all my Elijah stuff. But yeah, I perceived what he was doing, at least in the early days, as hitting on me. And I made it super clear I'm not interested. He said, no, he's awful. You don't see it at first because of his nice guy act, but eventually the mask slips and you realize he's a money-obsessed, insane person who is so unhinged and untethered from reality. Now, in her situation, her stream she was talking about with him was like just a lot of business. He would say it's one thing and then it would turn into another. The prices got hiked on her that ate into her profit margin. A lot of disagreements. He'd be weird. She felt like she had to record his phone calls because he would get drunk and say one thing and then walk it back. So she felt really gaslit. But that's what pretty much happened. Now, if it was just the messages, we would have spent this would have been another part where we went through all the messaging. But like I said, she showed up and spoke about it. And it was really like kind of like, yeah, I'm not gonna open up about the bull. Yeah, I'm not gonna open up any privately. This is my issues. Really is just business and how he acted, and he did me foul. So that was pretty much why I didn't really bring it up, but I did want to show at least screenshots because the sending boobs in the middle of the night, it's not very Christian like.
I'll pass. I have been praying a lot every single day now, sometimes twice a day, to try and just keep
praying twice a day. Oh, my bad. I got to share the screen. I forgot to share the screen. There you go.
Not Christian like to send boobs in the middle of the night.
Ask for them from a different girl while you're married. Yeah, not very Christian.
my mind off it because, as people know, I left social media, which it's only been a couple of days, but I already feel like I feel way less pull to like be checking
That's
it.
good. And like, yeah, don't let anybody make you.
By the way, he didn't even last a minute. All right, because here he is showing that he has an account.
Most people are pulling back. I'm sure we have to pay.
He's literally doing the I almost said the rich situation where he says he's not on Twitter, but he is.
$1 just to drive to the game, boycott the NFL activity. That is nuts.
And this man's gonna talk about being off Twitter like it was like a withdrawal from crack cocaine.
Feel bad about leaving social media. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do for your own, like, yeah, just for yourself. And because like, hey, if this is getting to you, it's good to flee from it. So
yeah,
what you need to do until like you feel like you're ready. Otherwise, I think that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys, you can still find me in Discord though, guys. I'm still in Discord. But yeah, I've been saying for a long time that X was just not a good thing for me. And then just at this time in my life, it was causing me to spiral.
I took a 7-month.
It's like you are so much older. You are way older than me. You can just not click the link. You don't have to click the app, right? You could just ignore it. I'll go days without taking a look at it, and I'm pretty like on Twitter a lot, and I still will go a couple days. Don't get me started with the Discord, please, please. But like Twitter and all that, like, come on. I'm more responding in the group because that's where like for the Let's Shop This Fable, that's where I'm at. But other than that, like these mix, just don't go on it.
Break from X, and I have no regret from doing that. That was honestly a much needed break. And at that time, it was a bunch of like, it was mostly Groiper stuff, but yeah, it was just like I just needed a break from it all. It was putting me in a bad headspace.
That's what it was for me.
Took a break for 7 months, and I really needed that time. I had those like 7 months. I was just streaming video games, like and focusing on like more positive things. And I needed that break very badly, and I'm really glad that I took it.
Yeah, my thing is just having more time to. I'm also like doing a triple detox, like so no X, no liquor, no nicotine. So
no X, no liquor, no nicotine. A triple detox. No! Pathetic. People are, we just saw it. No.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's been like 4 days. Like,
that's great. That's great.
Like, and the X he already withdrew on that one. Here's going through withdrawal.
All those
he relapsed on the X already. All right, he relapsed.
Things were like feeding into each other, so it's just like cut that, stop being cringe.
Yo, getting drunk and blacking out on Twitter is probably got to be the dumbest and most pathetic thing ever. And I don't think I would ever admit that I have to detox myself from a website because I have no self-control and I'm getting blackout drunk and losing my mind. That is so pathetic. Now, take it easy, because I know she's drooling because she saw what's happening on Twitter and she thought it was RIP BBC. But no, chill, calm down.
On social media, cut the liquor, which I think, there's the lore about how much I drink versus how much I actually drink. But like most of the time I was getting in trouble on X, there's some drinks were had. So I'm just going to chill on both of that. And the nicotine wasn't that big a deal. I got like hooked on Zins for like 2 months. And I've been able to.
Fucking pussy.
Like I haven't missed it at all. So if I backslide on the nicotine, it would be not the worst thing. But the other two, I'm definitely not gonna.
Right, yeah.
But my wife hated the pouch thing. She hated it. I think she hated it more than cigarettes. So I was like, all right, yeah, like I'll just not do that anymore. That's not a big deal. I wasn't like addicted to them.
She hated Zins more than cigarettes.
That's why I was like, huh?
What is that? The only time I'm zinning is when I'm in the whip with the kids, and if I got to. Those are my emergency. But they sit for so long because I don't do them, right? It's only when I don't want to keep pulling over if I'm going somewhere. So I'll pop one in just to get me there. But other than that, no. Jesus, can't do real drugs. So true.
Now I just use green tea and black tea. And that's almost as fun.
Well, hey,
anyway.
also
You're packing green tea into your lip? Because unless he's just saying he's drinking it, why did he touch his lip like where his in would go?
No, I just use green tea and black tea, and that's almost as fun.
Well, hey,
Anyway.
also you're cutting out a lot of things
I'm
at
cutting out
once.
a lot
So
at
if
once,
you go
yeah.
back to the nicotine for like, I think the nicotine.
Zyn is nicotine pouches. You know how like they have like Skull that would have tobacco in, obviously nicotine. These are just nicotine pouches that you don't have to spit or anything like that. They just sit in your mouth, in your lip.
Is the least egregious. So it's like, hey,
ZYN.
if you're feeling like, man, okay, this is tough. I need some sort of vice. I think the nicotine's the least egregious.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm just sleeping. And
There
reading
you
books.
go.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
sometimes you can do cold turkey with things, and sometimes you can't. I appreciate that you're even making these efforts. Is amazing because it's like for anybody, right? With even different situations, social situations, all that
it's
aside,
fine.
for anybody, it's tough to like. I see tweets and posts all the time about like, hey, for people who don't smoke, don't drink, don't do any type of drugs, like don't vape, like what are you guys doing to cope with life? You're just like draw down your life, and it's like it's good. It's good to be able to like not have any vices, but most people struggle with something. So
Yeah.
But hey,
Well, ideally, I'll get addicted to.
What about swinging? When are you gonna give up that vice? Because when are you gonna get tired of seeing your wifey get dogged out? At some point, it's got to get tiring, right? You're like, oh God, for the upteen time, I gotta watch my wife get the old in out from an old bull. Jesus Christ.
Working out, you know.
There you go.
That'd be yeah.
Shut up, Mel. Your husband prefers men.
Yeah. That would be ideal.
For me, it's diet soda. That's why people are like, they get onto me on diet soda. It's like, hey, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't vape, I don't take any like no substances. No, let me have my diet soda.
Yeah. You gotta allow that. Yeah. Was I leaving pouches ever? No, because the containers I had have a little like a garbage bin like it built in, so I would never like spit them out or anything. Someone says like go fishing. I actually thought about that. I thought about that,
but that would take me having to actually go outside.
I used to fish a lot more.
Fishing's fun. I love fishing.
But yeah, let me just get through like 2 weeks of staying off Twitter. Like, give a guy like no cringe tweets on Twitter for like 2 weeks, and then I'll worry about. Exactly. Right now, I'm just like, okay, I'm finding other stuff to do. Right,
twitching
right now, and that'll be good. But it's been good. I really, like people can say whatever they want about it. That's okay. That's their right to say.
Man, when I quit X, I remember just within days. The King and Lord of the Rings.
When I quit X, all right, that's enough for you. That's enough. When I quit X.
You like her with the red hair or the brunette
No,
hair?
I don't like anything about her.
But
all.
white redheads are your type.
No, not that. Steffi Joe. That's my type. So yeah, that's it for that. So what we'll do is tomorrow. Oh, we're almost at 2.5. I didn't even, to be honest, I'm shocked that I've even made it this long.
Me too. I didn't even think you were gonna be able to go tonight with like how much pain you were in yesterday. I was surprised you were even able to stream tonight.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm very shocked. Yeah, I was couldn't even stay awake. I'm sacrificed my liver to the devil. So that's over with. So I did. My liver's shot. It's over. It's done. There's way too many ibuprofen in them. I don't even think you're supposed to take like 6 of them. I've been going.
I was saying that to you that I felt like I was taking too much for my headaches, and you were like, "No, it's fine. You never take it, so you're fine."
All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I did say that. Well, you kept replaying. Oh, I know. The whole 2 minutes of the replay. Fucking thing was 50 seconds long, nigga. I play it twice. First one was only 15 seconds. I don't think it took up too much time. You just make it like I watched it for an hour straight. You see, you're being a nig, bro. You are being the worst type, man. You're being the worst type of black right now. But anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. We'll talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow. I will be live, hopefully. But if it is like how it is right now, I'll be good tomorrow. Which I'm praying. But I'll be back tomorrow, and if we are, I think we have found a Diorio video. We found a Diorio video that he is too afraid to even address. All right, so we're gonna take a look at that tomorrow, and whatever else happens outside, Oh, Phil crashed? All right, well, then we'll take a look. We'll take a look. And if it's good, I'm here for it. I appreciate you. Oh, you want to say something real quick?
Say what? Good night?
Yep, there you go.
Good night.
Yay. All right, y'all. I appreciate you all for coming out. I hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. I love you all. Y'all really the GOAT. The God bodies. I guess we're gonna go into this. I'm gone.
When you see me in the street, when you greet me, every time you meet, all you gotta say is peace, God, peace, God, peace, God, peace, God, peace, God, peace, God. Check. You know the God seen and heard my sound travel the world, but I